We're waiting for the YouTube feed to pick up. I know Red's probably like a little busy beaver working on it, scrambling.
Yes.
So we'll just wait.
He's going half speed.
So we get everybody. I'll tell you what.
We're good.
We're good now?
Yep.
All right, perfect. Dan starts quizzing me, about stuff that I want to talk about on the air, and he just starts hitting me because you can't tell him, you can't tell him just to settle down because he just keeps on. Like he doesn't hear the words no, settle down, wait for it, you got to wait for it. Like none of that is in his vocabulary.
Well, I think he's a little stressed out. He said he's been up since what?
3:45.
3:45.
Well, that ain't nothing.
No, that's true for you.
I mean,
Yeah, but he
it was.
doesn't go to bed at 6.
Right.
neither do I because of that damn protein shake.
What?
Oh, my God.
My protein shake gave you a problem?
Hold on now.
Come on.
Listen to me. If you want to order your protein shake for yourself, that's great. But I don't want to participate. It's too much. Because I had like a little
Voluminous poop?
Well, no, but I have my own little regiment where if the merch crick is here, she'll bring me down like a little lunch, like at 8 o'clock, 7:45 or 8 o'clock, based on where we break, and then. Which is trying to he's like a piece of hamburger. I try to keep it carb conscious, a little bit responsible. So I ate that yesterday. Actually, I ate a piece of steak. It was just all by itself. So a piece of steak by itself is not unhealthy at all.
No, especially a lean piece of meat.
Right.
What kind of cut was it?
I think it was a ribeye, so it had a little bit of marbleization on it, but nonetheless,
Right.
First one of the day. It was good. It was good for me. 0 carbs. Only carbs I had.
Eating like a tiger.
Only carbs I had was this smattering of ketchup that just a little bit of ketchup dip and deal, and I had some cottage cheese.
That's
And
fantastic.
so that was like my lunch, and that I do every day about 7:45 to 8 o'clock because she usually comes here every day to work on the merch. We've been getting slammed with people trying to order these tactical bags. It looks like we're going to sell out maybe again.
Nice.
Yeah, you've got good stuff now. You got some, not that you didn't before, but you've got some really good stuff.
Yeah,
right
we're
now.
really aggressive on trying to order a whole bunch of new stuff. We got
neat.
blankets, we got beach towels, which we're probably a little late on that.
Yeah.
But we got a bunch of stuff coming. The polo,
The black eyes.
the black ice,
Black eyes.
Right. I love the
air
black eyes.
freshener. Do you have an? Would you
wear an air freshener?
No. Would you floss a Bubba Army air freshener in one of your vehicles?
Absolutely.
Not your Ferrari,
Ferrari.
though, would you?
I know. I probably put it in the beater Porsche.
Yeah, I get put in the beater Porsche.
And Romina's car.
Oh, Romina
And
would.
Romina's
Hold on,
car.
Romina.
Yeah, I got it. in
Oh,
Romina's
Yes,
car.
you got to put one
I
in
will.
Romina car just
Absolutely.
for the mental
100%.
anguish aspect of it.
Yes,
Just-
totally agree.
So she's
Just
reminded
so
of
that
the
she
trauma
has to. Every time
moment.
she looks at the rearview mirror, she's reminded of the most hated person in her life.
Yep, she's got to think of you all day.
If we could
long.
just
she spends
get-
a lot of time in that car.
If we could just, we could really make her have emotional scarring. If we had two of them, one side was a picture of you, like the planet, the Dan's my hero, and then the other one is the Bubba Army logo. She would just be, beside herself. So anyway,
she really would be. I mean, it would be actually, cruel and unusual.
when I
And
hang
she's
out,
forced to wear her Planet Dan shirt.
when in the very few, like me and Romina's intersections don't cross very often. And Dan does that by design because he
it's
knows
like
how
keeping
much.
the hawk away from the rat. I mean, you
Right.
just want to keep them apart.
Who's the hawk and who's the rat?
Either one. I'm just saying, there's things that would fight.
No. Just don't throw that. Who's
No,
who's-
it's just it's a
It's
natural
more like
fight.
oil and water.
yeah.
Dr.
Oil
The right
and water.
answer is Bubba's
the hawk. Bubba's
Well,
the hawk.
let's just go with oil and water. I think
Okay.
that's more user friendly.
Yeah.
So you keep us, because I know she hates me.
Or
I just
gasoline
know.
and fire.
And I know you always try to underplay that she does not, but I know she does not like
She
me.
likes you. She absolutely loves you.
She does. You
Yeah,
lie.
She loves you.
You-
And she likes Birch Creek too. She warmed up to her. She didn't really. She was like a little, overwhelmed. I think by her at first.
By Merch Creek?
Yeah.
Overwhelmed by Merch
Yeah,
Creek?
she was.
yeah. Whatever.
She's a handful. So then
Birch
she warmed
Creek
up to
is
her.
not a handful.
Handful.
She's
Maybe-
helpful
she's
is what
a-
you meant to say.
Hold on. Maybe in the conservative life that Romina lives.
When she first met her, it was a little, she was a little, like I said, overwhelmed by her. Not in a negative
Was it her
way. It was
breasts?
just that I'm.
No.
Was it her giant Knox?
It
Are
was
we
just-
celebrating Romina's 1 or 2 year anniversary on the Knox this coming December?
It'll be 2 years.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
So
Yeah,
anyway, listen.
Settled in.
So Dan, listen. So these protein shakes, they just were. We have to drink them. First of all, they're delicious. They're absolutely delicious.
I think
They
that's
are, aren't
part of
they?
the problem.
No, like
And
yeah.
they're, was it vegetable-based protein?
I don't know.
Plant-based.
Plant-based.
I don't know. I don't know what. I don't know what they're made of or
Somebody
what.
already cares.
And we really can't. It looks the shop that it comes from and just the little bullcrap sticker that they put on it. It looks kind of mom and pop.
Yes,
which
God bless them.
Which no, I'm all for.
Right.
I'm all for supporting that local mom and pop business well over Starbucks all
Right.
day.
Oh, yeah.
And
I get grossed out by Starbucks.
And even the big franchise smoothie places, I'd much rather support a mom and pop, but they don't have a lot of information on these particular shakes that we eat. The
Even
only
when
thing-
I
but
called,
Bubba,
they didn't know.
When we grew up, Bubba, I
Even-
mean, did you ever look at a label? I mean, really?
but
I mean,
Dan-
we got so we're
Dan,
so label
I'm
like
57
sensitive now.
years old. I got to look at labels or I'm going to be a fat ass, okay?
I'm gonna die, Dan.
Yeah. So anyway, Dan, listen to me. So they're so good. But Anna has even called the place up and said, "Can you give me like a nutritional background? Can you give me a little information on what's the nutritional
And they
makeup?"
didn't know.
They're
The
like-
girl was like, "What do you think it is?" And
Yeah.
he's like, "I don't know, 480." Like they were just ballparking.
Right. Right. I mean, really.
I mean, do you think they send it to a lab? I mean, come
I mean,
on.
they should. Legally, I think legally.
I think you're right, Bubba.
I think legally
Oh, let's
under
get him in
the
trouble.
FDA under the FDA labeling act, I think that if you're going to sell food to a consumer, I think you have to have what like calories, carbs, sodium, like that, the standard label.
That's not on a menu in a restaurant, and
but I think they have to know.
No, it is on a menu. It's
But not
available.
always.
It's available. It's available. Yeah.
Okay.
It's not available this way. Jeff Giargante goes back and says, "Hey guys, what do you think the seafood tower is with the crab kicker?
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe 550 calories. I don't know.
Yeah, Pedro, how much salt you put in there?
Yeah, like." So Anna literally has called the place up, and the woman taking the phone call yells to the back to the guys that are mixing them up and says, "Hey, what is the peanut butter banana kicker?" And then we get the information on a small one, and the ones that we eat are like 3 times that amount.
Yeah, she said the large one had 20 carbs. I just laughed in her face. I was like, "No, what does it have? It doesn't have 20 carbs, you moron."
So anyway, they're so
Just
good.
20.
So Dan, you cater them in. First of all, they're very expensive. Second of all, you cater them in after I've already eaten a pretty, probably a 6-ounce, piece of meat and some cottage cheese. So that's all I should responsibly be eating. And then
protein's free calories.
Yeah, Dan, it's easy for you to say when you have a 6-pack abs and you look the way you do. It's easy to talk about free calories, but when you look like me, buddy. Come on.
Bubba, if you ate like I ate, you'd be thin.
No, I wouldn't.
Yeah, you would.
No, I wouldn't, Dan. No, I just don't have I don't have the metabolism. I'm not as active as you are. There's a lot of intangibles. So stop. Here's the thing. They're so good. And then the fact that you have to drink them so fast because we only have 6 minutes and 20 seconds. And you know that you can't go back on the air and have half of that over there waiting for you. And you know that none of us has the willpower.
No.
And here's the deal. Like if Dan took
They go
over
down fast.
Like if Dan took over on a long form, talk, we all know when somebody's going off on a tangent. Even Anna will sometimes go on like a minute or 2 tangent on something. Well, a lot of us then we'll all kind of like if we got some food, we'll kind of, but so with those shakes, as soon as somebody gets a little bit of a tangent, we automatically start sucking them down, right?
Yep.
Absolutely.
Because I don't.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to be honest with you. I don't have the willpower to know that I got half of that shake sitting over there just wanting me to eat it. Like I cannot wait 30 minutes.
No, because it melts and
Yeah.
separates, and that's
Right,
gross.
right. So
you need it when it's still like a
suck it out.
smoothie.
They give these
Yeah.
you got these big straws that you're really taking large amounts of protein shake in, large amounts of air. So literally, man, we did the podcast yesterday, and I felt sick. And you know that like I'm not a I'm probably the least hypochondriac person here. Like
Me being the most.
You being the most, Macho Man being second. So like, you know, like,
Close
1 and
second.
2.
Yeah.
I mean, they're like neck and
Yeah.
neck.
We were both
you know?
lamenting last night that all the gyms were closed. We're like, what are we going to do?
Both of you guys are very hypo. I mean,
A lot of similarities there.
Macho
But
Man.
you know what? They've been right. You know, Macho Man was dying. She had cauliflower ear. I mean, you know, they have.
I know.
We go
But
in when there's a
a
problem.
little-
paper tigers, but they're real.
A little tummy ache doesn't usually throw me a curveball. Okay, I'm like, okay, I got a little tummy ache.
You're gonna sit on that one.
So yesterday, after when the show ends, I sit down with Anna a little bit, and I started getting the bubble guts, and I'm feeling kind of like just not very good. And we start to show the after show, the podcast. Which Anna, I don't even know how long it was. What was what?
It was about 6 minutes.
Yeah. So we get on the air, Dan, and I'm just miserable. I'm not feeling good. I'm have no energy. I feel like I got to poop. I feel sick to my stomach just because.
Was it just your poop regimen was off? I mean,
No,
you put
it was-
poop on the drink. It doesn't make you poop that fast.
It was. I
It
just
was just too much too fast.
too much food, too fast. You know, my body
So
was
you want
just.
a small one now?
No, I don't want any.
Oh, really?
In fact, I'm gonna ask you if you are gonna do your protein shake deal. Don't get one for me.
Okay.
Just don't and don't get one saying, I know you said don't get one, but you're my Muffy, and I'm going to get you one. Because I know how you are.
One?
No.
I was gonna sneak a small one in.
That's how well I know you.
Yeah, I was going to sneak a small one.
No
in.
one. So you'd have these big, 64-ounce thirst busters, and then you'd have this teeny tiny one. You'd
kids cup.
You'd be like, hey, Muffy, I know you said no, but just in case I got you a little 32 Willie here.
Yeah.
No.
What you whistle?
I don't want any.
The FDA says they don't have to label it.
They don't?
No.
Yeah, well, they're not. They're not
interesting.
labeling it.
Yeah, they have no clue what's in there.
They have no clue.
By the way.
They have no clue what's in there.
Just good stuff.
It tastes so good. So, Dan, even Lummy said that he might be tapping out of the protein shake game.
What?
Really?
Lummy, didn't you?
Lummy?
Lummy, didn't you? And Macho Man.
Macho Man thanked me.
No. Macho Man
I
and
didn't hear
I.
nothing.
Well,
Nothing from Rhett.
You're fixing to hear a lot. Macho Man, do you want to tap out of the protein shake? Did it make you a little sick to your stomach yesterday?
It was delicious, but an hour later, it was not so much fun for me.
So are you tapping out too?
Yeah, I think we should try a Smoothie King Gladiator.
No, hold on.
'Cause I have the nutritional value for that.
Of course you do.
Macho Man.
Yep.
That's not an option. The option is, are you tapping out a Dan's protein shake?
I think we
Yes or
switch it
no?
up.
They're not open.
No.
At 7:30.
Please, again, answer my question.
If
No.
Yes or no?
With regards to Dan's protein shake, are you tapping? No substitutes. No, we can do that later on the road. But with regards to Dan's protein shake, the one we ate yesterday, are you in or out? I'm out.
I'll stay in it because I think it was just a bad batch.
Okay, you're in it.
Bad
Oh, you
Okay.
think it was a bad batch?
Lummy, are you in it?
I'm with you, Bubba.
You are?
Yes.
Just a little too much?
Yes.
He
All
wants
right.
it.
Rhett, are you in or out with Dan's protein shake?
I am out
Yeah.
politely.
Slap
I
in
do
the
appreciate
face.
it, Dan. It was really good.
Yes,
It's
it
just
was
it's
delicious.
too
kind of
much.
messes messes up my schedule. It's a
Yeah.
lot in the morning.
See, Rhett, you're with me, buddy. It's just.
I usually don't eat till like 11.
Right. So there. Thank you, Rhett.
But you can't resist it because
Thank
it's
you.
so good.
So Dan,
Yeah, that's
listen,
true.
Dan, me, Rhett, and Lummy are all tapped out of your protein shake deal. So do not. You can
And
order
Macho.
And yeah. Well,
Well, he
no,
said no. He said it was a bad batch, and he's willing to try it.
Yeah, because he didn't get his Smoothie King.
He
order.
said. So Dan, only order two. One for
Two?
you and one for Macho.
Okay.
No other.
Okay.
Like for real.
It's like little small ones.
Well, whatever. I don't care what you order. Just don't order anything for me, Rhett, and Lummy.
Okay.
It's just too
I'm
much.
sorry.
All right. So
I'm trying to
now
give you guys tummy aches.
it's the Bubba the Love
dear.
Sponge show, and Tuesday, August 29th. This may be the last show that we do
Ever.
No, that we that we know that we have power and we're not flooded and we have internet and all that. Now, I personally and we're gonna get into hurricane. Is it Idalia? How you say it?
Idalia?
Idalia, whatever. Could they pick a dumber name? No,
I kind of like
Yeah.
it.
Well,
Jesus.
Hurricane, I doubt it.
You know how they do that, don't you?
No, I do not.
The Hurricane Center is located in, near Miami or outside of Miami or in Miami. And the people that every year submit names, and most of them are Hispanic, so they use often family member names, which is why most of the hurricane names have a Hispanic tinge.
Like Ian,
It's ridiculous.
Hillary.
I want to see her.
I said no, it's not all.
I want
Harvey.
like Hurricane Billy Joe Bob. You know what I'm saying? Right?
Yes.
Right?
And they traditionally named them after women because they thought that women were
Bitches
less
be crazy.
predictable.
I want Hurricane Kelly Joe Bob.
Hurricane Iggy.
Yeah, whatever. So anyway, as this hurricane now, and I guess I should probably, and I guess I should probably,
Oh, yeah. Oh, my goodness.
I guess I should probably, poor Tex Willie. So here's I think this might be the latest. I don't know if this is the latest or not, but it all has this, everything that I'm watching so far, forecast wise, is it has it going more west of us. Just like I said it was going to hit. Lummy, you have the predictions written down on your Trapper Keeper from yesterday.
Yes.
Go ahead and tell me what it's looking like. Who predicted what?
Bubba predicted Destin Fort Walton at a Cat 1. Dr. Dan Cedar Key at a Cat 3. Anna St. Martin Marsh Preserve at Cat 3.
What a bitch. Just difficult, all right?
Lummy, Cat 2, Cedar Key. Macho Perry, Cat 2. And Rhett north of Tampa, Cat 1.
I think you and Mach might be the closest. Because aren't they saying the Cedar Key,
Big Bend.
Big Bend?
Yeah, it's going to be a 3 at Big Bend, Cedar Key. How close is Big Bend to Cedar Key?
How close is Big Bend to us?
Like, an hour and 2 hours.
All right, hold
handful.
on.
So what
Here we go. Here, this is the supposedly latest.
can we expect between now and then?
Between now and then, we're looking at a rapidly intensifying or strengthening hurricane. It is now still at tropical storm intensity, but over the next 30 minutes, we'll be getting another update from the National Hurricane
She's been
Center.
drinking.
It's just
I know,
kind of
she's
been
snoring a
straddling
little.
this
I think she
Yucatan
has.
Strait.
I think-
But once
I think
it
she
moves
took a
up
nip.
into the Gulf of Mexico,
Doesn't it sound like it?
we're
Yeah,
looking
hold on,
at
hold
it
on.
really developing fairly quickly. And along that northern edge of the tropical system, it's looking a little more symmetrical, but it's had a rough go over the last 12 hours or so further to the south. There's been a little bit of shear there.
Yeah.
But don't be mistaken. This is going to turn into a hurricane. It's going to look like a very typical hurricane with a clearly defined eye. Once it moves into water temperatures, they're about 30 degrees Celsius. All right, here's the open Gulf of Mexico. But where does it want to go? Well, the computer models are in pretty good agreement.
All right, so look at that compared to, Dan, what they had a day ago. A day ago,
Significantly shifted.
hold on. A day ago, the
Spaghetti models.
the spaghetti models, what would that be? The eastern side of the spaghetti models,
Yes.
or the southern spaghetti models. 4 or 5 or 6 of them had it going right here, right
through Tampa, right
through
up the gut,
Tampa,
right up the gut.
So all of this has shifted to now. We may not get much.
We may not get much, number one. But number two, here's the problem.
I know that we are on the worst side of it. We're on the eastern side.
Yes.
Which causes we're not going to get sucked. We're going to get we're going to get pegged.
We're gonna get pegged.
We're not going to get sucked.
We're
We're going to get pegged.
Right.
So the water is not going to be sucked out of our bay. We're going to get deep throated with water.
Right, it's gonna be blown in.
Right. So really, all we have to really worry about, and they're saying, even this morning on that app, that windy app, Lummy.
Yes.
They were like, I think, you can pinpoint it right down to the studio.
We 45 now.
Yeah, I think we're 46, 47 at its
sustained or
at
gust?
its gust at its worst. Can you send me the windy app again, and we can try to break it down?
So,
Last year during Ian, the studios, there were gusts of 80 to the studios. And listen, this place is just a tin warehouse that was made in '82. So, I'm thinking
You
maybe
felt it.
you could feel it.
I sense you.
But, more importantly, structurally, I don't know what it can handle. I don't know what this building can handle. It can, actually, Dan, probably one of the most fortified structures that I know would have been, which is now Steve's house, but you built it.
Oh yeah, it's like a lighthouse.
Oh my God! Like literally, I don't think it'd have to be a 20-foot storm surge, right? Because it's built up. I mean, the bottom, the garage and the gym gets blown through.
Right.
But
they have washed through walls.
gym
The
there?
rebar on the wall is not connected to the vertical element
It's designed to
wash through.
It's designed to take out the bottom floor.
Yes.
And the bottom floor is where the garage and the gym is. You don't put anything important in the bottom floor.
It's uninsurable theoretically.
Right. Oh, it is?
Yeah, you're not supposed to be able to insure it. It's supposed to be uninhabitable.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
So it's like a gym and a garage and a foyer.
that's what you guys have.
Right.
So, but in order, what would the storm surge have to be to get to the kitchen?
Oh my God! It'd have to be
22
probably,
feet?
It'd be 15 to 20 feet. Yeah.
Right,
Which
right.
is not happening.
Right, and it's made out of. I think the whole structure is concrete.
It's all poured concrete.
Right.
Yeah.
It's all concrete. So
78 pilings to the limestone.
honest to God, Dan, if we took a really bad storm, your house could be Gonzville, and Steve could be over there just full blow partying.
Exactly.
I mean, for real.
Exactly. Fishing like off the top floor balcony.
And yours just like wiped out.
Right.
So,
But my house is up higher than his house. It's further from the water's edge.
Yeah,
so
but
it's
not-
harder
I
for
mean-
it to get those direct water hits.
It's also a lot older, though.
And it's been there for 120 years. I mean, it ain't going nowhere.
Right.
This
It
little
looks like it's
bitch
going to
storm's not going to do
just
it.
kind of remain offshore the west coast of Florida. For Tampa, probably not going to be a landfall, meaning the eye of the storm moves over Tampa. That hasn't happened for over 100 years.
Hell yeah.
But it's still going to be an impact, not just for Tampa, but for Cape Coral, for Naples, Clearwater, St. Pete. You're looking at a storm surge that could be several meters and rainfall that could be between
hold on.
75.
Does this bitch
Several meters
hold
is
on.
9 to 10 feet.
Hold on, though. But hold on, Dan.
She's drunk.
Hold on. I think every one of us, not all of us, Dan, are like you that deal in millimeters and centimeters. We all deal like we don't. You do, because medically
Right.
they use those terms.
Right. We were all supposed to, like, when we were kids.
Yeah, I can remember in 4th grade, they like, in the next 10 years,
Yes.
we'll not even have inches
Did
and
they really
feet.
tell you that?
Yeah,
No,
they
yeah.
told us that, and that the world was freezing at the same time.
Hold on.
At the same
Anna,
time, we were
in
pushing the
nine-
metric system.
Dan and I are the same age. So like in 1975,
Yep.
when we were in 1974, 75, when we were in 4th grade, they used to tell us in 10 years,
The Russians are coming.
Everything will be completely the metric system. And they were really pushing the metric system hard on us.
They should have followed through with it. Our
And
system is dumb as hell.
They even said, I remember one time they even said, Dan, remember when we used to get those weekly reports? They were like little newspapers, and they had like 5 or 6 or 7 pages on them, and it would be like of stuff from the future and stuff like that.
Right.
They actually had on, I can remember one of our weekly reports had like, you're going to have a phone that you carry in your hand, and that you're not going to need a house phone anymore. And I was like, what? I mean, sure enough. I mean, they knew. I mean, they knew. They probably had, back in 74, they probably already had wireless phones. They were in bags and stuff like that, like the military and stuff like that. So it looks like this woman, doesn't she understand that most of Americans that are watching CNN don't know how many meters?
She also
2
used
meters?
Celsius, too, which Americans are completely dumb on.
Yeah, like
Including myself. I have to do the
Right.
calculation in my head.
like don't use anything like that. It's inches, it's feet, it's
Fahrenheit.
Yeah.
Inches, feet, Fahrenheit, bitch.
Because we were told back
200 million.
we were told back in the day that only Britain and us were using the imperial system.
Right.
And then they ditched it.
Between 75 and about 200 millimeters. Well, as we go into
Again,
the forecast time period,
Listen, Grandma, do you think you're too cool for the average American does not know the distance that you're talking about?
So, a meter's like a little over a yard. So it's like 3.3 feet or so.
Tuesday evening, Category 2. Wednesday morning, Category 3.
So right now, we're looking at, in the overnight, we're looking about right now tomorrow morning, it hitting land, and probably whatever we're going to be getting bad is going to be through the overnight tomorrow night.
And tomorrow morning, apparently, we're getting
8
that's
a.m.
when
is
all
when it
this
makes
stuff.
landfall.
Yeah, I mean, it says like most of the storm surges will be coming up, and the heavy rains because it's like drawing the rain up on the right side of it, on the east side.
We're looking at 2 a.m. to probably 10 a.m.
Yes.
2 to 10.
Yes.
That we're going to be, potentially in a storm surge or a power line down, or I don't think that the wind is going to knock anybody's houses down. But the storm surge potentially and rainfall, but we really do need rainfall.
We're dry, but they said a lot of tornadoes could be spun off of this.
Yeah. So, as of now, here's what I'm thinking about tomorrow's show.
Okay.
First of all, I don't think this is going to be near the event that they're saying it's going to be, and in that case, we're having a show.
What if it does the wobble though, and wobbles off to the right, like it did like for last year? And it did for Hurricane Charlie.
I will later today establish. By the way, Dan, you're not even scheduled to be here tomorrow, but you said you want to be here tomorrow if we're on the air because you've pushed back all your surgeries to noon
because of the uncertainty.
So you asked to be here. So here's the deal. It's gonna be kind of more just spontaneous. Expect to be here, but I do know that Anna's a girl, and if
what?
Now, well, hear me out.
You are
40 mile an hour winds in your car,
In Gus.
in your
With
car,
the gusts.
40 mile an hour winds in your car, may not be cool. So the show, if we have power, and we have internet, and then we're going to do a show, and you can get here. We're going to do a show.
Right.
I live closest. I could practically walk here. It's about a mile and a half. So I don't know if I can quite make it that far.
Could e-bike.
But I would, take my truck or my Crown. I'm going to take my Crown Vic because if a tree fell on it, who cares?
Right, exactly.
And maybe some of the wind will help blow off more of the paint.
Yeah, there you go.
But anyway, we're gonna have a show. Unless, things change forecast-wise and it gets worse and it starts bending into us and potentially... Really, the only thing that would keep us from not having a show is if we don't have power and internet. If we have power and internet and a building...
And a roof.
And a roof and not flooded, storm surge willing. Then
All right, so it's kind of TBD, but you're planning on having a show.
Yeah, we're planning on having a show. But I could see where Anna, potentially, I would be like, listen, you don't have to come in because the winds are so bad, and
Yeah.
So
Listen, if I feel safe enough, I'll be here. But if I don't, I won't.
Right.
So.
Will you white knuckle it the whole way? Like be real?
Yeah, I don't want to be in that situation.
Real scared, right?
I love being here, but
Right. I love being here, but yeah,
not at the
And it's
detriment of my
going to be
life.
just offshore in this very fragile area. The good news, if we could say that, is that this is not densely populated, not like it is along this west coast. So beautiful. Water temperatures are so warm, exceptionally warm this time of year, but it will also produce some very heavy rainfall in coastal Georgia, coastal South Carolina.
Now, what about Fort Walton Beach and let
I
me.
think those areas are okay.
Yeah, they're too far in the east.
They're too far
in the west.
They're too far over here.
Yeah.
Where is Fort Walton
Probably.
Beach in
It's
here?
closer south
So you
of
see
North
where it comes
Carolina.
down?
A little point.
No, it's to the left of that.
Yes.
That's,
So they're-
that's
Is that
Mexico
Destin?
Beach.
So they're saying, Lummy, that Fort Walton Beach is going to be okay.
Yeah, it may get
All
some
right.
rain.
Here's the windy app.
Wow, that other one's beautiful.
Oh, I know.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Is it Franklin?
Yeah. No, it's Hamilton.
What?
Hamilton?
No, it's Franklin.
That's Franklin.
This is Franklin.
Is it called Franklin?
Hamilton.
That's
is,
the Broadway show.
Hamilton is on that island out there.
Oh,
There's
really?
a Hamilton too.
I didn't know that.
There's a Hamilton Island?
Well,
There's
it's
a
the
Hamilton.
city on what's it, Bermuda?
Look, it says Hamilton.
It's on Bermuda.
Hamilton,
Oh,
Bermuda.
it's a storm or.
No,
That can't-
it says 82 degrees. You look at Havana. It's the name of the city.
Is it out there?
Yeah, that's where Bermuda is.
Oh, okay. So anyway, boy,
thought Hamilton was a storm.
I thought Franklin is a much more kick-ass storm than this Ildilia or whatever the hell it is.
Well, I think Idalia is going to have like a wonderful growth.
It's not late. Look over here too, man. They're getting some. They're getting
this
some
is
action.
Like the day after tomorrow when you see all these hurricanes lined up at the
My
equator.
God! Now I think Anna sent me a story where they're saying that these two could potentially combine.
Or it's like an effect.
Like, you know,
they have a pull on each other. They could get absorbed
like
into one another.
by Virginia Beach or Washington D.C. or something. These two could pull each other into each other. And then, man, I wonder if that's ever happened before, where two hurricanes.
Wouldn't that be
merged.
great if Washington D.C. just washed into the ocean?
Can't be any worse than it is now. Maybe we need a big douche up there.
Everybody in D.C. just all of a sudden just collapsed into the ocean.
Hey Alexa,
Best thing ever.
Has two hurricanes ever merged together?
From StackExchange.com. Yes, two hurricanes/tropical cyclones/typhoons can merge with each other, and the effect is known as Fujiwara effect. Fujiwara effect.
Effect Fujiwara.
Yeah, if I name an effect, I'm going to name it with my name twice. That's the Diaco Effect.
Man, that guy's really not. Man, I thought I couldn't find a person more narcissistic than you, other than the meteorologist that named two typhoon and Hurricane Willies that go into each other. Right. What's it called? The
Fujiwatu effect.
Fujiwara
effect.
Yes.
So this is the current. Lummy, I'm going to do some words. Don't forget we have a photographer here today. So in between breaks, he could ask you to go with him to get some individual because
some nudes.
Some nudes. Yeah, some nudes.
Glamour shots. You like your French girls.
You might be the only one, Dan, that really wants nudes. Nobody else really wants nudes.
He's wearing his gold thong.
Yeah, exactly.
Gold thong.
When I return, I'm going to break this. I really do swear by this app. Like, this is a really good app.
Yeah, you were obsessed with it last year.
The Windy. No, because it's accurate.
That picture is frightening. Look at those 3 storms.
I know.
Sketchy.
Look at the one on the West Coast, man.
I know.
It's not really on a coast.
Yes, it is.
It's moving.
Which way is it moving? Out or is it? I mean,
the red part and the yellow. Is that what you're talking about on the west side?
The thing that's rotating
here.
to the left, like another tropical cyclone.
So what I'm saying is, is it going like this and it's going to go like this? Or
do they have tracks?
No,
is there a track?
It looks like the wind's pushing it down.
Oh.
Man, look at all the weather we have in that. Like,
look at that one over there by Japan.
Hold on, I've never seen this much weather in our world ever. Look at this.
I've never seen so much weather before.
Look.
Well, it's peak hurricane season. What do you expect?
Yeah, but I've never seen
all those coming off Africa.
It's like in America, it's got like some kind of repellent. Like there's hardly any storms inside the continental 48, right? Look,
yeah,
they're all around us trying to get in,
fighting them off.
They are. Anyway, I love this app. It's the Windy. What is it? Windy.com.
Yes.
And you can really dial your location in, and it'll tell you what's going to happen. So we'll do that next.
It's a sign. The end times are here. Ultra-powerful hurricanes, tsunamis, massive earthquakes, and Bubba the Love Sponge.
Sorry.
Let me see here.
Anyone need anything?
No, thank you.
Oh, are you good?
Good.
By the way.
Hey,
Hi. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you.
So this is us. No. Over here creeping on.
That's cool.
We were warned.
Yeah. Good.
Okay. Cheryl. AAA. This house right here?
Did you know that no hurricane has ever crossed the equator? We just learned that right now.
You just blow over.
Yeah, it turns out that the equator itself is one of the safest places in the world in terms of hurricane risk, and that no hurricane has ever crossed it. This just stays above or below.
close, man. Big Buck, good morning.
Okay. So, now, what am I doing here? Wind. Let's do wind here. In this area. Pretty much non-deal here.
What's up, Holyoke?
Okay.
Joe.
And then let's go.
This is
wind gusts.
peach. It's like my
What's your
first peach.
favorite flavor?
I think right now it's peach. They used to have a dragon tea that was really good, but they stopped making it.
Discontinued it.
Yeah. It wasn't too sweet. It was LB Sub King. Flavor dealer. What's up, Frogmeister? What's up, Tommy Evans? Yenzer in Florida. Lisa Sacco. Al Green. Hey, Felix. D-Cat. Phillips.
So I got into like a deep A1C caper last night. If you just get like a snapshot A1C, does it really tell you anything or not really?
I
You have
mean,
to
it
get
tells
it
you.
a few times.
Yeah, it's a snapshot which represents like the last few weeks.
I gotta give Anna your money.
Hey, Snizzle, Slizzer. Love bees. Egg juice, good morning. Eggy. Ruggish, ruggish.
Like,
Good morning, Maria. The brownies were delicious and keep getting better. Oh man, I wish you would have had her fucking como se dice, what's it fucking called? Tres leches cake. That shit was good as hell. Oh my god. So good.
Have caviar tacos. Huh. Hey, Spencer, Spencer.
Couple Wilbur's after. Thank you so much for my vegetables. Much appreciated. I think I expelled the eel yesterday. Thank God. Disgusting.
You have eel life poop. What's up, Jason? Hefner?
Pretty much. I was like, it better be in there. Get
There you are.
Get out of here. But Bubba was
Reconstituted
right.
itself.
Bubba was freaking me out because he's like, your body's absorbing the nutrients from it. I'm like, you're fucking right.
it is.
God. So even if you expel it, there's still remnants.
Yeah, there's still non-kosher in your belly. You're gonna go to hell now.
Oh yeah.
You're gonna Jew hell.
Thankfully, Jews don't believe in hell.
I know. They just think it's when there's a Republican in the presidency.
What?
That's hell for them.
It depends what kind of Jew. Jews that have any association with Israel are right wing. But like the lefty ones, they've never
What's up,
been
Mitch
there.
Mitch? NC Surf.
So when you go to Israel, everybody carried a gun. Everybody's in the military, everybody's fucking carried a gun.
Lummy, do you know Wendy real good?
Yeah, pretty good.
What am I doing wrong here? Well, hold on. We'll just save it for the show.
Just AJ Gator. I was listening to Sober on the way in. Cool.
Do you have any other bands you like?
No, just one.
Just Tool. You listen to
Tool and Oliver Anthony.
Oliver Anthony. Old did I am trying.
I think it's essentially just Brad with a bigger beard.
Yeah.
Well, explain yourself. yourselves.
Just like a six-pack of cheap Yiddish beer.
Doesn't surprise me. You look like a typical low-life character to me.
The Bubba the Love Sponge Show.
Do we predict here? I think we're on the air tomorrow.
I do too.
You do too?
Yep.
Dan?
I think so.
You'll be on the air. I don't know if I'll be here.
You may not.
Yeah.
Mach, what do you think with regards to, you know how things are wired up around here? And
We just need a generator. We'll be good no matter what.
what's that?
Just need a generator, and we'll be good no matter what. We'll wire it up.
Now,
the attitude.
hold on. I have a generator out back that I've already started, and I got 10 gallons. It's full, and I have 10 gallons. Well, I have well more than 10 gallons, but like I have a generator. So you're saying if we have a generator, we can go on the air?
Should be good, yeah, as long as the Frontier cooperates.
So wait a second. So you're telling me you have enough juice in that generator to run this show?
I don't know. He's saying we do.
We won't have AC, but yeah.
Oh, Christ.
F off then.
Yeah, everyone's out. Go home.
Go sweat.
No TVs either behind Bubba, but
Yeah. But I think that we're going to be okay. I mean, we didn't lose power or internet last year, and I think they're saying that this storm is not going to be near of what we got for was last year's Ian.
Yes.
Yeah, but that was like way south.
I understand. We still had 80 and 90 mile an hour gusts here in Tampa. So which will blow down power lines, which will blow down a tree that hits a power line. So what I'm saying is
that's what usually happens. Is it's not that the power line itself blows down, but a tree falls into it.
Exactly. So I think that this is going to be far less of an event than that was, even though that was not a direct hit. This isn't going to be a direct hit, although we were on the better side of the storm.
Right.
We were on the northwest side of the storm, getting sucked. Remember the bay was completely dry?
Oh, yeah.
It was cool.
And this is not. It's going to be opposite. We're going to be getting plowed.
Yeah, I was moving the jet ski and boat yesterday, so I took advantage of the light winds and the high tide.
Throwing your pool.
Did you drive? Did you drive the jet ski at all around?
Yes, yeah.
Did you have a good time with it?
Had a great time.
Like when you go jet skiing, where do you go? Like when I had a jet ski with Fabrizi, we would go out to these barrier islands and then go over by the Don, Cesar, and then there was just we had a couple little places we went.
Well, we go up and down Bayshore. Sometimes I'll play with Jay. Sometimes we'll go to Beer Can Island or those little estuaries that are between me and Brandon.
Right.
I don't usually go all the way to St.
Can you see
Pete.
Brandon from your house?
Yeah.
You can?
Just like
just a bunch of white trash. Just a bunch of white trash over there.
Actually, just see those phosphate mountains.
Yeah. Again, like I said, a bunch of mosaic and white trash.
But you'd also see 100 different types of birds. And the backyard is an amazing ecosystem back there.
Did you get all your race cars handled? I know that me and Lummy were listening to Two Rich Guys promo. Hey, listen, Dan, don't forget that we got our 45-foot trailer that we haul our race cars in, and I already talked to Morgan, and he said that we could finagle them. See, you don't understand.
Yeah.
Jay has his own.
Morgan and
Jay has his own race warehouse that he's built in a different county, and
no, it's in Hillsborough.
Is it?
Yeah, it's in Lutz, Hillsborough.
Okay, yeah. So he's got this. He's got this, and that's where he keeps some of his exotic cars.
Right, but we have a little bit of overbleed, and so he has that enclave now. So we're going to put a car or two over there.
Right. Look at you. Yeah, we were listening to Dan and Jay's Rich Guy. Where do we park our Porsche? And don't forget, Lummy, we can our garage, our warehouse facility is so big that we can actually pull our race car trailers in.
We can't.
Oh, you thought you could?
Yeah, well, Jay thought he could, but it turns out it's 3 feet too short.
That's horrible.
I'd be cutting the tongue off the. I'd be cutting the tongue off the hitch. I had to save 3 foot.
So anyway. We'll probably have to empty them and put them in. And
Lummy, you're worried about a few lawn chairs out back. Yep. Dan's worried about full blown race cars and trailers and all kinds. Where'd you guys put your jet skis?
I just pulled it and put it in the trailer next to my house.
Oh, okay.
Just off the dock. Just because, the dock could get high.
And the other thing is this, man. If it gets so bad, storm surge, you can get on that.
Hells yeah.
And you can,
exactly.
Like, honest to God.
Cajun Coast Guard.
If water came up to your doorstep, that means that thing would be floating off the trailer, right? And you could literally just get on it and go drive around and be the Cajun Coast Guard.
Yep,
yeah,
exactly.
hell yeah.
Save people.
Not save people, loot.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
Loot. Okay.
You want to save people, I want to loot.
Well, save people and take payment.
Whatever. So, Lummy, I'm looking at this Windy app, but it's really complicated.
Well, I
can't seem to get it. See, this is where our studios are right here. Now, for some reason, it's got the Target right here, which is across the street from us, but this is where our building is, which I don't understand. This is not geographically correct. We don't have a building. We don't have a road that goes like that, and we don't have a road that goes like that.
But technically,
I guess technically we do.
That's the parking lot.
Oh, this is the parking lot?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, they don't have our pond back here or nothing. Right?
Or basketball court.
Yeah, nothing.
Car lift.
Let me, how do
I always wanted to take that little turn and go straight in.
Well, you're going to hit a dumpster now. So, Lummy, what do I do here? I remember last year when I was looking at Ian, I'd be able to predict what my wind was going to be. How do I do? There's wind.
Yes.
And if I move this thing here to tonight at midnight, okay? Boom. It it's not showing me anything.
It's got little wind arrows moving.
Yeah, but last time it was
with numbers.
Yeah.
Like it's not showing. It's not showing me anything.
But you have to have the wind.
Yeah, you have to have the wind
speed and direction.
All right. So wind.
Yep.
And then what else? See, wind gusts. Okay.
They should be able to drag over it.
Drag over what?
Right there, and it should show it. See, what I don't like about Windy right now is that
I don't like any of it because I can't figure it out.
Well, because
last year it was so easy.
Because they make you buy the premium now.
Oh, is that
it? Yeah, that's the whole thing is like they kind of started.
Okay, Dan, we
stuff.
know. Jesus, God. You even extend your expressions. So, Lummy, what? This isn't going to show me anything.
Not really.
Is there any app that's similar to Windy that I remember last year I'd be able to click in, boom, I hit that right there, and then I'd hit wind gusts, and then I would put it to Wednesday at 7:00.
Yeah.
And then it would give me a number, like 75 to 80.
This app right here, you can't get as close zoomed in, but
what you're sending me?
Yeah, when you scroll over what we're at, it will show you what the wind speed.
What is this called?
Ventusky.
This is called what?
Ventusky.
Oh, okay. How do you find out about all this stuff, Lummy?
This is the one that I usually kind of like to use on the phone.
The Fantusky?
Yeah, the Ventusky.
Right,
Sandusky.
So that's the closest that we can zoom in.
Yeah.
There, right? All right. All right. So then we are about right. Let's say, what are we about right here?
Yeah.
About right here.
Airport.
All right. So let's just drop it there, right?
Yep,
Let me
drop it like that.
Let's just drop it like that. Whoops, I didn't mean to do that. Let's get rid of that. Did I already drop it? Did I drop it?
So when you just scroll over, see how you see the wind speed and everything?
All right, hold on here. Over here?
Oh, you were just
with
scrolling
your
over.
cursor.
Live wind speed.
Yeah.
Just at that time. So I guess
So
you
right
move the
now-
time cursor and then move your.
All right. So right now,
Yeah.
what's it saying for us?
3.
All right,
4.
so let me see.
Ooh,
I'll put us
4.
right there. There's 4.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can I drop a pin? Or I guess I did already right here. I dropped that pin right there.
Yeah.
Okay. So if I fast forwarded tonight to let's say here we go.
Midnight
Let's go.
or something?
Well, it only lets me go to
Well, you can change the day.
All right, so
no.
12. Don't bust me up with
I'm not coming to
12,
work.
bitch.
14.
Bubba, if you go to the date to the left where you were, you could change it
Do
to
the next day.
Yeah.
All right, so let's go Wednesday. All right, hold
Oh,
on.
Christ.
23, please.
That looks intense.
Well, that's at 11 o'clock Wednesday night.
See you on
All right.
Thursday.
Oh, hold on. That's 11 o'clock Wednesday night. Oh, okay. Hold
So
on.
you went like
All right,
5 in the morning.
There's midnight. All right, there's midnight.
Okay.
13. There's 2 a.m. 18.
Where are you seeing 18?
Right here.
It's Tampa.
Oh, okay.
See it? That's,
Okay.
I dropped that pin for about where we are.
Okay.
Actually, we're about right.
Yeah, we're closer.
We're
to the
right
water.
there.
20.
Yeah.
Can I move the pin?
Yeah, if you tap it, and you should be able to, like, just tap where you want to put it, and it should put it right there. Is it not doing it?
No. All right, so let's just go right there. Boom. So it still only moved me over a little bit.
It's all right. I mean, it's pretty much the same spot.
Let's see.
Drew Park.
There you go.
That's probably more us,
Yeah.
right?
That's more accurate.
That's probably more us.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's close.
All right. So 2 a.m, 22. Let's go right when the show starts at 6 at 6 in the morning. Okay. Let me see. 6 in the morning. Boom. 26.
What's the wind gust go to?
Let me see here.
That's when it's right across from us because it's going straight up. It's going
Hold on.
south wind.
Gust is, yeah, right.
Wind gusts. 43. That ain't nothing. When's it going to be all right? 43 at 39. 43 at 2 in the morning. 43 at 6 in the morning.
So you can see the
48 at 8 in the morning. Okay.
Did I see 54?
55 at 10. And then at 12 noon it starts back 49. Then 40. Then 47 later in the afternoon. So it's going to be windy. It starts getting windy about 2
or 3 o'clock. Until about 10 o'clock.
Actually about midnight.
Yeah.
But those are gusts. So and gusts aren't.
No, they're not.
I mean, you got to go. You got to go with sustained, right?
Yeah.
All right, so gusts to 50 in the morning.
Hold on. Waves. Or let me know. Will waves show us storm surge?
It should. Yeah.
Waves. Okay, hold on. Let me get rid of this. I'm going to go to Wednesday. Boom. Let's go like that. And then significant wave height is probably what we want, right?
Yeah.
Wave height, wind wave period, swell. What do we want, Lummy?
Significant wave height should be good.
Okay, significant wave height.
The problem too is that the tides are going to be up because of the full moon.
Oh,
It's like
Christ.
a super moon, right?
Yeah, blue
It's
moon.
like a super blue moon.
All right. So what are they? What are they saying here?
There's really nothing on the waves.
Yeah, no waves there.
Waves there.
Yeah, but
Rainbow.
like not
10 foot.
not. Hold on, that's
10
red,
Yep.
and this is blue. Like we're getting completely
There it
protected.
is. What is
Oh,
it, 5 feet?
we specifically are, but like St. Pete Beach is getting hammered.
I mean,
Yeah, but who cares?
I used to live right here.
I mean,
Yeah.
I used to
I'm
live-
not getting there.
That's 11-1.
Wow.
That's 11-1. And where are we at? We're at 2-7.
Yeah.
Wow, 11-foot waves. It's
You
crazy.
gonna go surfing?
Well, you
Oh,
have to
yeah.
go. You want to go before the hurricane hits, so you have offshore wind. So like this afternoon would be better, probably.
You think Jay will go over there?
We're gonna be moving cars.
Oh,
I'm trying to be responsible.
trying to protect their wealth, Bubba. They don't have time to serve.
trying to protect our wealth.
They don't have really storm surge
can
on
see-
here.
So it looks like, honest to God, even by these apps that really break it down, I mean, it doesn't look like an event at all.
This is supposed to be a rain. It's supposed to be a rain.
I mean, Dan, you're looking at 2 foot.
So what's the sustained winds at 8 a.m.?
And Dan, this is where you live. You live over here.
Yeah,
right
I'm protected. Yeah, right. Yeah, pretty much right over that where that little white line is.
You almost are. You're triple protected.
Mm-hmm.
You got this coast, that coast, that coast. Boom! Before it hits you, right?
That's why my house has been standing for 120 years.
Probably. Boy, remember I used to live right. This is the island I lived on right here.
Yeah, that was getting hammered today. Or
Bayway.
tonight.
Boom.
Jimmy's getting hammered.
That's where I lived, Bayway. And this is tomorrow at 11 a.m. They're saying what? 11 foot?
Yeah.
Is that 11? No, is that storm surge
That's
or
waves.
just waves?
So 11-foot waves crashing on the beach is crazy. You're talking about the Gulf where most waves are like 4 inches.
Yeah, super flat.
Wind gusts 40. Let's see where it gets up to. 51. This is where my fence would usually blow down. 54. 50. 51. 46. It's going to be windy all day tomorrow. All day
Windy.
tomorrow.
So can I see the wind today? Right.
All
Yeah,
right.
just as a comparison.
All right, hold on. Boom. Boom. And then this is today.
At 7 a.m. say.
Now, do you want Bayway? What do you want?
I just want
how about your house?
like Anna Marie Island.
How about your house? You want your house?
No, I'm kind of curious as the waves, what the waves would be like. But it looks like the wind's coming just.
But can we do your
Sure,
house?
yes,
Just so you know.
yes.
All right. So, I guess you're not there.
I'm right there in that little corner.
Would you be Rattlesnake Island?
Sure.
No. Yeah, that's probably pretty close, right?
Rattlesnake is on the other side. It's on the.
I think
the
when you
West Shore
click on it,
side.
Bubba, if you click on the little direct, like right there, 27 degrees, it should be, yeah.
Yep,
All right.
there goes. That's
There you go.
perfect.
So, Dan, that's almost perfect.
Almost
your house.
perfect, exactly.
Like
that's like it.
I don't think I could have got any closer.
That's pretty close.
All right, so this is today, and okay, so right now, this is today. Right now, you got 11-mile-an-hour winds.
This is sustained or gusts?
These are gusts. So let's go wind speed. Right now, you're at 6.
Okay.
By noon, I'll give you different. By noon today, you'll be at 18.
Mm-hmm.
Tonight at 6, you'll be at 21. Tonight at midnight, you'll be at 17. We'll go tomorrow. Tomorrow at 2 in the morning, you're going to be 25. Tomorrow, if you leave for work like around 5:30, 28.
Okay, that's 28 sustained?
20? No, that's 28 sustained.
Okay.
Due out of the south, just straight out of the south. So you got
pushing me towards the studio.
Yes, exactly. Now this is where this is 29.
No,
now they already called off school, didn't they?
Yeah, today and probably tomorrow too.
Yeah.
Yes.
So tomorrow at noon, Dan, you're at 29, and then tomorrow at 6, you're at 20. So you don't really get anything more
What are
than
my gusts?
Yeah.
Do you have a gust deal?
I can go gusts. Hold on. Boom. Wind gusts. 40. 37.
Let's go like 8 a.m.
8 a.m. You're looking at 49.
All right.
That's nothing.
So 30 to 50. Okay.
So there you go. Let me go back now that I know how to go to the studio deal. Let me see if I can go to the studio. Let me see. Boom. Is that about the studio, you think?
Yeah.
About right there? All right. So tomorrow morning, this is Wednesday at let's call it 5 o'clock. That's when people would be rolling in. You're looking at 40. Anna, I think you'll be staying home tomorrow.
You reckon?
Yeah, well, those are wind gusts. You know, you better have both hands on the wheel.
Yeah, 'cause
Yeah.
45 miles an hour will blow you around
Well,
on
20
a car.
I don't want to be blown off.
Lummy,
with
you and
Corey
I should get in
Campbell.
the. You know what, Lummy? As a death ride. Too bad the
Oh, yeah,
too bad
the
the
smart
smart car is.
As a death ride.
I'm telling you right now, 10-mile-an-hour gusts move that car over a half a lane.
Oh, yeah, driving by a semi-truck, it's
Yeah,
blown over.
for real.
So
Lummy,
you think like 35 mile an hour winds, that car's all over the place?
I think you could almost be like, you know, like the Eric Elmo, like the Ryan Priest flip at Daytona. If you're just driving down 275 and you know a 43-mile-an-hour Willie comes, it could flip you. It literally could flip you over. That's why, Lummy, I need you to be on the other side to weight me down.
That's right.
I can't have the merch crick over there at 107, please.
No, there's no ballast.
No. So you got, 277 driving. You have nothing on the passenger side. You don't think, a right
off
side wind
balance.
would just
Oh,
completely
yeah.
flip me?
Definitely,
But
dude.
if I had Lummy at 312 on the right,
yeah.
then we're looking pretty good.
Yeah.
More grounded.
Gotta worry about the left side wind.
Actually, Lummy, it during the show, keeping us on the air might be more harder than us signing on, just due to the fact that it looks like it intensifies.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It goes from it completely intense by noon. I think it's at its highest, isn't it? Or by nope, it looks like 10 o'clock.
10 o'clock, right at the end of the show.
Yeah.
Trying to get home with 40 mile an hour winds. Sustained?
That's sustained 40.
40 sustained. What's
Yeah,
the
I think
gust?
it's- I think it's right
What's
off
the
the
gust
coast.
at 10?
Let me see. What's the
I'm
gust?
sorry to keep going back and forth, but it seems
55. We got to phew.
That's hard. That's like, when you're driving 55 and you put your hand out the window, it's a lot of pressure.
A lot
on
of
your hand.
resistance.
A lot of resistance. So that's knock you over wind.
Anyway, Dan, but I do think, Lummy, that this is exactly what I said yesterday. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
It's not going to be a big deal for people. Now listen, people, in Hernando County, people in Citrus County, like the Nashes. I don't think they live close to the water, but like people in the big, they saying
Right,
what?
the
big-
coastal areas.
Are they saying the Big Bend is where it's going to hit?
Yeah, as right now. And actually, it would be Macho would almost be the most correct. Right now, the track has it going right to Perry.
Perry.
Yep.
Great. I mean, Perry could use some rain. Perry could use a hurricane.
Yeah.
That
Oh my
also
God.
runs. That also
It's
runs
called, it's the way nature takes care of,
Oh, don't say that.
drought.
thinning out the herd.
Oh my God. Every time I give you an opportunity to backpedal, you don't.
How's your track
Whatever.
going to do though? Not good. Huh?
Oh, my track's
Oh,
not
you
good.
should look at the persistent.
R.I.P. the track.
I'll look at the persistent.
Let me go
Oh yeah.
into words, and then I'm actually going to come back with, I got my Tamika Johnson, that whatever that girl's name is, that
Close enough.
hot African American girl that I absolutely adore. She's got a little storm update, and look what the headlines. Remember earlier we were trying to figure out what it was.
Yep.
Can two hurricanes merge? The Fujiwara effect explained.
Perfect.
So there you go. She's going to explain that, something we asked earlier, and I think she breaks down the latest. Was it Idalia?
Idalia, yeah.
Idalia.
Idalia.
If you live in Tampa, and you're going to be okay. This is, again, I heard Dennis Phillips said that it could be a Cat 5 by the time, and I was laying in bed
Come
watching
on.
ABC.
When did he say that?
Yesterday, he goes, I'm telling you, it's warm. We have, ladies and gentlemen, you know that it's the Gulf is as warm as it's ever been in August.
It is hot.
It's the hottest it's ever been, and I'm telling you, this thing could rapidly intensify, and they always kind of cover their ass. Potentially. It would be rare, but potentially a Cat 5. Now, all people hear when is the average dolt, all he hears is 5.
Cat 5.
Cat 5.
Cat 5.
Yeah, Cat 5. He's boarding up, sandbagging Willie. I mean, I wish a politician would get on there and really say it like it is, but they can't because they're a politician and they got to cover their ass, right?
Right.
But I mean, I wish Jane Castor, I saw a couple news conferences with her. I wish she would have gone and be like, listen. This ain't going to be much. We might have some down power lines. We got like 4,500 linemen ready to go. Like, it's just, whatever. Let's burn a time out. Let's quit doing weather porn, weather fear. It's the only time the local stations will get you tuned into them. Like, I mean, I would never be watching Fox 13 or ABC Channel 28 at 5:15 yesterday afternoon. I would never be watching them, ever.
No. And I stayed up till 11 o'clock to watch the 11 o'clock update. And then I woke up at like 3:45 today, and I was immediately on the news. I mean, it got me out of bed.
So they got you, you are just the average dude are watching 300% more of local television than you would regularly.
Yes, but
right?
I do have waterfront house.
No, I understand that, Dan, but what I'm saying is they're going to make it far worse so that you continue to watch it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's because they don't have, otherwise you wouldn't be watching their crappy TV station.
No.
And they don't get the ratings.
Now I got to worry about the damn Fujiwara
bullshit with the Z.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll get into that, but Lummy, more specifically, I'm going to use that app that you gave me, and I'm going to dial in my track because, when I get back from Indiana, I literally might have, it could be so bad that I might have to be going up to once it dries out and it passes, and I may be having to go up after the show during the week, Lummy, and working on this.
Wow.
It's such a huge undertaking.
If you had an upgraded, would it be a skid steer? Would it be easier?
No.
What's the limiting step?
If I'd have to have a $1.5 million Cat brand new grader.
It's the grader. That's the step.
Yep.
And a new one that would be really,
if I got
strong.
If I got a brand new one that had 6-wheel drive, that had the most powerful motor, the real brand new ones that are $2-3 million.
That much?
Oh yeah. Woo. I mean, please. If I had one of those, if I had one of those, it'd be like, please. It would literally, with my old granny, my old John Deere, I think it's a 16D or whatever the hell it is. Hey, it's a good ass grader for normal conditions, but it's not, it's not made to move heavy.
Waterlogged.
No, mind you, I'm not moving sand. I'm moving clay. My track's made out of clay. So it's that much heavier and denser when it gets wet. Now, when it's dry, it's just like regular dirt. But when clay gets wet, it gets real heavy. And that's what that's what most dirt tracks are made out of, the consistency mostly of clay. And so when clay gets wet, it gets really, really heavy, real sloshy. I think those things, though, Dan, honest to God, even to rent for the day, are like $4,000 a day.
Wow.
Because I was going to say, hey, let's make it easier for you, but I'm not dropping $1.5 million on your.
No, I'm not asking you to drop $1.5 million. I'm not even asking you for the 4-day for the 4G. No, I'm not. I'm just gonna have to go up there and get my chitty bang bang old John Deere 16D or whatever the hell it is, and just slowly. You got to start about mid-track, Lummy, and bring it up all the way, and then you take another little. Like, honest to God, I'm taking like 6 to 9 inches of material each time and moving it up. Whereas if I had one of those Big Mac Daddy $3 million Willies, you could literally 3 or 4 swoops, have it all the way all weights no matter to those things.
What if you just went to Home Depot and brought 50 migrants over and paid them $5 an hour? Do you think they could hoe it up?
To shovel?
Shovel it up.
I mean,
would that work?
Yeah, I mean,
well, those migrants don't work for $5 an hour anymore, Dr. Dan.
Lummy, they don't.
Bubba the Love Sponge. Bubba the Love Sponge. We got Bubba the Love Sponge. The Bubba the Love Sponge show returns after these words.
Motherfuckers.
Yep.
Your order sheet.
It's about 7 minutes.
Yeah, I believe that.
And then
Wonder why you couldn't fall asleep.
Orange.
Orange?
Yeah, orange double stuff.
Morning, Bubba the Love Sponge show.
But they're not orange flavored.
He just fucking smashes them. That's all he knows.
Food color.
Yeah.
He just smashes them. Say it.
The V smash.
Shitting orange.
Shitting orange. Oh, that'd be fun.
Wait, what was that again? Sorry, you broke up. Okay, you want to hold on? We're on break. We'll be back in about 6 minutes. So you hear silence
still appreciate it.
until we get back. All right, hold on. All right, thanks. One's got a question for Dr. Dan, a medical question, and number 2 has an idea for you to not have the mud on your track slide down.
Okay.
Tarps. Blue tarps.
All right, so this is wind. I don't give a fuck about wind. Wind could care. I need about precipitation. That's all I give a fuck. Okay, this is not good.
Bubba, if you do it too, see accumulation?
What?
You see below precipitation? I can't do the fucking word.
What? Precipitation.
Precipitation?
Yeah.
See how it says from 8:29 at 2 a.m.? If you click on that again,
Click on what?
right below it, see from
Right.
8:29 2 a.m.?
Yeah.
That will show you how much rain you're getting from 8:29 at 2 a.m.
Okay.
So it will show you how much is accumulating.
Okay. So right now I got 1.2 inches, right?
Yep.
All right. So I need to move this to today. 0.6. 8 o'clock tonight.
No, you were on yesterday, Bubba.
What's today?
29.
So we're right here. So no rain, right?
Nope.
See, it says 0 inches, right?
Yep.
So today at noon, 0 inches. 10 o'clock tonight,
Whoa.
1/10 of an inch, right?
Yeah.
So we go Wednesday, and we go, okay. Now is this total accumulation?
Yes.
So let's go tomorrow at 8. I've only gotten a half inch. Or is that a half inch?
In just that hour?
No, it's a half inch from like accumulation of the.
From when I did it?
Yeah.
All right, so let's talk about tomorrow at 7 o'clock. 2.5 inches. Okay, I can handle that. Okay, now it's getting a little crazy. 3 inches. Let's go by Friday. Friday at 2 o'clock. Thursday. Oh, I need to go from.
So it looks like it's gonna be like a total of 5 inches over the 2 days.
Yeah. I forgot they turned the power off on the beach.
They just turn off. Oh, to make people leave.
He's like, I'm just gonna
Dick. Such a dick move, isn't it?
He goes, I go, well, hey, you don't have to worry, because he's like, oh. I was like, yeah, power line looks like they replaced it. He goes, yeah, it doesn't matter. They're gonna shut it off. He goes tomorrow.
Chase people out.
And because the power line goes down, like cause a fire. I was like, what do you mean? He goes, oh yeah, they always shut that off. He's like, I just read the Wall Street Journal and have a candle.
Looks like we're gonna get about 4.5 inches of rain.
Is that catastrophic for you?
No.
That hurts, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's bad. Yeah.
But not catastrophic.
It matters what next week's gonna be like. If next week's all dry,
it does dry out.
Well, there is a couple spaghetti models that have storm possibly coming back.
Come on.
Yeah, right. You saw them. The 3.
Yeah, there's like 2 or 3 of them that have it going north of us, across over to the east coast, out a little bit, and then just coming back to hit us again.
They're coming back to Cocoa Beach.
But by the time it hits the coast the second time,
that's Steven's place.
It's going to be just bands of rain.
Satellite?
I doubt it stays that strong.
Yeah, because the water will be cool by then.
At the next break, I'll grab one of you, whoever is ready.
Probably Dan first.
Say again?
I said at the next break, I'll grab you up here if that's cool.
Okay.
We're done.
It's like headshot stuff? Or?
Yeah, it's basically like I'm gonna do just a couple of kind of like headshot.
Just like
and then
jump and stuff?
Yeah, we'll do like 1 or 2 personality. It doesn't. It's whatever you feel fits.
You guys.
You know which are, but it'll be quick.
Chris Daniels, $20 in the super chat.
Good morning, Jay Tiz. What's up, Quicker Ticker? Glamour shots, exactly, trick me.
Glamour shots.
Oh, those were around when I was fucking. All Mexican kids would do them with their kids when they get pregnant at like 14. Those are like their baby shots.
In a country somewhere in the third world, the CIA is using this broadcast as torture to extract information about terrorists.
On your shoulders and legs, Craig the Bulldog, your cardio, abs, calves.
He thinks of it as doing his patriotic duty.
Oh yeah, my pleasure too.
You're listening to the Bubba the Love Sponge Show.
Lummy, did you get the? Looks like we got a $20 super chat. Did you see that?
Yeah, Chris Daniels.
Who?
Chris Daniels.
Saying hi to John Zahas, my IRS attorney. He listens to this show now. Before I hired him, I used to listen to your show, but I have no idea how to get you. Where are you? Like, well, it's not nearly as cumbersome as you would think. Who does 1 and 2 want? What do they want?
1 has a question for Dr. Dan, and 2 has an idea for your track.
Oh, okay, great. By the way, I'm getting about 5 inches of rain over the next 48 to 72 hours at the track, and if I have a dry next week, then I'll probably go to the track after next weekend and start working on that. So I don't know. I don't know. I should be okay. Yeah. Anyway, go ahead, sir. You got a question for Dr. Dan?
Yes, how you doing, Bubba?
All right, good.
Dr. Dan, I had a colonoscopy last week. They removed a polyp out of my rectum, and they said now I just got the report that it was a precancerous polyp.
Mm-hmm.
Now I have to go back in 3 to 6 months for a flux, whatever it's called. I guess they got to make sure they got all the cells out. Why wouldn't they just do that when I was under in the first place?
Because the pathology, permanent sections instead of frozen sections, are more accurate, and it takes a few days. So they take the biopsy, and they probably have clear margins. It was only precancerous. They want to make sure there's no other precancerous things. And so I don't think anything was done at fault. I think they're just doing an appropriate follow-up afterwards. So be thankful. Don't be angry.
Yeah, unlike the way Dan lives his life. It's easy to say, but yeah, don't be angry.
No, I'm not mad. I just wondering why they just wouldn't clean it all out.
They tried. You don't think they tried to clean it all out? So that was the purpose. It was to clean it all out. So they want to make sure that they cleaned it all out, and they'll
trust
check
me,
that later.
If there's an issue with your colonoscopy, the colonoscopy people are the first people to tell you what's wrong. If it's a nothing burger, if it's something they got to, trust me, they're going to let you know.
And they're going to want to take everything that looks suspicious, but they just want to make sure that nothing else
While
suspicious
they're in,
shows up.
while they're in there, man, they're gonna be overly aggressive on taking things that potentially, don't look normal.
Well, yeah, he said it came out in pieces or whatever, so I just didn't think that he would, I think they would just clean the whole thing out, even if it was.
The problem is if you take a big wad of colon wall, then you create a hole, and then you need, a surgery. And so it's a different operation. So they're going to go back, make sure that there's nothing bad in that area. If there is, they'll rebiopsy it, and you end up needing, a colon resection. But, the nice thing is that you found it early. You got a good answer because precancer is not cancer. And precancer doesn't usually need a wide margin. So you should be in good shape.
Yeah, you
but
shouldn't
going
be bitching.
back is appropriate.
You shouldn't be bitching. You should be like, yippee-yo. I probably caught a break here, kid.
All right, I appreciate it. Thank you, Doc Dan.
Appreciate you listening to Bubba Army. Just the Kool-Aid.
Be grateful.
We're just a cup of Kool-Aid away from.
Even if you have to do more blood stuff.
From a Jim Jones cult-like deal. Hello. Yes, hello. You're on. You've waited for a long time.
You're still on one for some reason.
No, you're still on my line, Bubba.
Oh. Sorry.
It didn't hang up.
I hanged it up.
I know it was.
Hello.
Phone lines.
Morning, Bubba. How you doing this morning?
Good.
Hey, got an idea. I don't know if it sounds ridiculous. On the construction sites, we have to keep stuff from washing away. We cut a swale and on a hill. If it's on a hill we're trying to maintain, and we flop the dirt on the downside. So as the material runs down the hill, it falls into a trench and slows the wash. Could you maybe on your track a third away from the top and a third away off the bottom, take your grader with the blade and make a continuous swale around the whole thing? You think that maybe slow the...
A continuous what?
Swale.
What's a swale?
Swale.
It's a swale.
Please explain it. I'm just curious.
Well, I think the easiest, and I know what
a trench.
Yes, it's like it's trench and or ditch like. Am I right, sir?
That's correct.
Yeah.
So it's like a big groove.
Yes. Yeah. It basically, if I don't know if it would work on his track, but I was thinking about it yesterday when you were talking.
Well, there's only so my corners are my only problem, and so if you cut like 3 swales in it, you would eventually just have 3 wet zones instead of 1, and I couldn't. At least now it's I don't have any swales. It all accumulates to the bottom, but I have the top that's dry that I can get traction on my grader to move it up. If I cut 3 swales in it, then I'd have 3 wet zones that I wouldn't be able to get any traction on. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I do. It was an idea.
And again, probably the grader equipment and stuff that you're working with, was made at least when you were born. You know what I'm saying? I think my grader's an 82 for real.
Okay, well, I just wanted to run it by you. I don't know if that was an idea. Maybe try to keep you from...
Really, the best way we can do is, and we take this teeny tiny little mini X, and we cut at the very bottom of the corners. We cut like 4 of these little ditches, that will take the water into the infield, more of like a leach field, so it doesn't all drain. So we've cut, and we did that yesterday, my guy up there. So I cut 4 mini little little drain leach fields, hoping that will help. But a lot of
so
times,
you're doing something to mitigate it.
I did well, but a lot of times my material will end up going down that too, and getting it out of there is virtually is a nightmare too. So it's almost better to build. It's almost better to build a big windrow in the corners, which I did. I got a big windrow, and it just all goes down. I got probably a 4.5 to 5 foot windrow on both corners. That stops it from, going completely, over into the infield. And then you just got to start whittling it away, getting it back up. It's just what you got to do.
Well, they have this other thing that we use. It's called an erosion sock, and basically it's a long tube filled with a hay-like material that you lay down, and it acts like a windrow, but you're not actually cutting the material. You just lay it down, and it stops. It lets water through, but it stops the material from washing away.
But now I got these big socks that are all globbed full of mud. What do I do? Just grade that into the? Do I just grade that into the track or what?
No, you'd have to get rid of it. No, you're right.
So
you're
mean,
right.
like
when those things load up.
You got to understand. I got, all right. So I put one of these big hay-filled windsocks on each corner. Now, how do I remove those? And there's going to be all kinds of material on those, and I don't know. I don't know if I could even move. They probably would break. They'd be so heavy.
They are heavy. You probably don't have a machine full of them. I just thrown some ideas out there trying to help.
Trust me, sir. I've owned this track for 12 years. And I know every little, see, you had two really good ideas, but I pretty much shot them both down. You're like, yeah, you're right. It's a very, very, it's a very minute little world that most people aren't familiar with. Dirt track, most people don't own dirt tracks. And so when you own a dirt track, there's just these, you're so weather. Not an asphalt track because it doesn't change, but a dirt track, you're so weather sensitive that most even grader operators and road builders and construction guys and guys that do pads for all the underground work and infrastructure underground work that they use heavy equipment operators may be doing. Owning a dirt track is way different than any of that. Any of that construction that you're used to laying a grade or using a bulldozer or using an excavator, a lot of that does not apply in the preparation of a dirt track.
I get it. I like I said, I don't know anything about dirt tracks, but I just thought I'd spitball and throw some ideas out there for you. But
all right, buddy,
you guys, good luck throughout. We'll be listening.
All right, man. I think we will be here. I really do. I mean, Dan, as I looked at that app and I see that, maybe the worst it's ever going to get at the studio is a 55-mile-an-hour wind gust. We're never going to have winds more than 35 to 40 sustained. And that's not that big a deal.
No.
I mean, not near. I mean, last year during Ian, the studio got 90-mile-an-hour, 87-mile-an-hour gusts.
Right, but can Lummy drive a pickup truck in 45-mile-an-hour?
Oh yeah, Lummy can drive.
Yeah, I drove
drunk.
Yeah,
drove
him
drunk.
Yeah, drove him last week.
Not only can he drive it, but he'll be half popped.
Yeah,
Lummy, they're not going to be doing DUI checks tomorrow, so you can get.
I can see the guy at the cones blowing all over the place.
They're not even going to be running radar tomorrow, right?
No,
they're not going to.
They're not even going to be out.
Listen, a lot of times, man, the troopers they don't even getting out during the rain. So if it's raining, sometimes you can pick it up a notch because those troopers they don't like getting out there.
Never exceed a safe speed.
And you could be swerving like an a-hole and just be like, oh, it's the wind. Sorry.
You're right. I'm not drunk, sir. We got 42-mile-an-hour gusts on the bridge. I know I made an abrupt lane change. It has nothing to do that I'm fully bone drunk.
No.
I got a gust.
Getting gusted out.
Yeah, I'm getting gusted out, bitch. About to get mines. Now, Dan, what will you drive tomorrow?
I don't know. I'll probably beater Porsche.
The beater Porsche.
Everything else will hopefully be protected.
Right.
Dude, you remember Jay came in yesterday and says, Dan, your car is so dirty. Remember he said that?
Yeah.
And I was like, what are you talking about? Because when I woke up yesterday morning and got in my car, it was immaculate. And I pull up in the dark, so I don't really see what's going on with the car. And I remember when I drove here, I drove through this wet patch on Dale Mabry. And there must have been some kind of construction cement dust that they tried to hose out. because my car was covered in like literally cement. Top to bottom, the Testarossa. You had to actually like scrub it with your hand to get it off. It was all stuck on there. It was disgusting. It took Dumber 2 hours to clean it.
So they must have just either laid, some cement and it was still, I don't know, still sticky and it got on the side of your car.
No, it was like for a block. It looked like it was a pat. You know, sometimes in Florida, especially, it'll rain one block and the next block is completely dry.
Right.
So it looked like maybe it was just like a little quick storm had gone through that like 2-block area because the streets were soaked, and I didn't realize that they were soaked. But underneath it was just like this mud film of like cement mud. It was
construction mud.
Construction mud.
Right. Whether it was mortar or whether it was whatever. Thin set, whatever.
It was bad. I can't believe it.
Don't they use thin set indoors, not outdoors?
Yeah, they do.
It's not structural.
Hold on
50
here.
million people are under heat alerts as a dangerous triple-digit temperature scorch the South. In Louisiana, record heat and an ultra-dry conditions are making
hold on, Alabama. We got some relief coming. I mean, they say nature, nature will start, a lightning bolt will hit a forest deal and they'll have a forest fire. And like if there were nobody that lived on Earth.
Right.
Or we, whatever. And nature takes care of itself, doesn't it? Like, nature will create a forest fire, then eventually it'll bring you some rains to put it out, and then it thinned out. It just naturally thinned out that forest, and then the forest then starts to grow all new stuff, right? And all the underbrush and stuff has now been burned off.
Correct.
Right? Yeah. Well, I mean, if you don't if we don't have anybody that lives there, none of that matters.
Nope.
Well, so now look, Louisiana, they got themselves a fire, but listen, Hurricane old girl is coming, and she'll put it out, right?
Hopefully.
I got to think a hurricane with 3, 4, 5-inch rains can put out any forest fire, right?
Oh, yeah. I mean, you just send them up to Canada.
When you're trying to put a forest fire out, you're trying to put water, on, but this is water that's coming from the sky evenly. Like, right? Like, you're not just concentrating on one little area of the fire. This is 100% evenly.
And really, 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 really wet stuff doesn't catch fires easily either. It helps prevent
but it does
future
break
spreading.
levees, so.
But here's the deal, man. You're talking about my track. The best thing that can, for a dirt track owner, is like your last watering of your track. We try to do it about usually 4:30. Let me the last watering before hot laps at 6:30.
Nice, yeah.
Well, a lot of times over the years, a real light sprinkle will come right when on my last watering, and I won't have to water my track because it rained for like 5 minutes. Just a light little sprinkle. Oh God, with a water truck, when you water a track, you can't evenly. You may think you are doing it evenly, but nothing's more even than Mother Nature. Rain.
Right.
So she completely. Oh, it's great.
I mean, how often does that happen?
It happens probably a couple times a year.
Oh, okay.
A couple times a year.
Very hard for firefighters battling.
But then a lot of times that rain turns into a really much harder rain.
Yeah.
And you got everybody in the pits, everybody's paid, and we cancel.
Yeah, that
Now
sucks.
it ends up being a crap show because there are no refunds. There's no refunds, and the only thing that your pit pass that you bought is good for the next time you come. That's the way dirt tracks are. It's kind of like a little carny deal.
I don't want to say, like, what do you expect having a dirt track in Florida?
Yeah, I mean,
but
dirt tracking.
It happens.
There's like rules in dirt tracking.
Yeah.
The largest
truck is
wildfire
badass.
in that state's history. And there's new trouble churning off the shore. Let's bring in hurricane specialist,
Let's
Dr.
bring in how hot you're. I bet her jugs are unbelievable.
Rick Knapp
hard
from
to
our
tell.
partners at the Weather Channel. Good evening to you, Rick.
Jerika, it's so important for everybody to.
Do you notice how the media, more than anything, whether it's the Weather Channel, they want Tampa to take a hit?
Oh, yeah.
Because every time there's something that's coming our way, they always send them right into Tampa, and they're all around Tampa, and then they dispatch them out as to where they really need to go. Like last year during Ian, for the first 2 or 3 days, they're like, Tampa.
Hurricane watch Tampa.
And then all of a sudden they had them in rental cars driving as far south as they could, and Tampa was nothing. But it seems like, man, all the networks and weather channel, they all want Tampa to take one.
They really do. It seems like Tampa's a lot of times like on a globe. So Tampa's one of those cities that it seems to be always heading towards, but never hitting.
Right.
Focus on and prepare.
Hasn't it been 100 years since Tampa's taken a direct hit?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think
1921.
I think 23.
1923.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Hey Alexa, when's the last time Tampa Bay, Florida took a direct hurricane hit?
From TampaBay.com.
Tampa.
The Tampa Bay area hasn't suffered a direct hit from a hurricane since 1929. By the way,
29.
you can thank the driver of your most recent delivery, and we'll share your appreciation with them. Just say, thank my driver.
No. I'm not thanking my driver because I don't know what driver we're talking about. Person dropped off an Amazon package here at the station or the guy that dropped off Dan's protein shakes. I don't know what driver we're talking about, so I can't say yes or no.
Wait, how are you able
About to
to
get
get
mines.
those protein shakes delivered? Did you use a different service?
Oh, I used Uber Eats.
Oh, I thought
He's
you were
trying to build his account back.
I was
suspended.
warned. I wasn't suspended. I was just
I thought you were
warned.
suspended.
No, they just warned me. They said next
Oh.
time you're getting suspended.
Dan is such a dick to Uber drivers that he actually has a community standards warning.
At least it wasn't. At least it did not dock me for talking about ivermectin.
Yeah, true.
He'll take it.
Dan's like, you think I'm worried about an Uber strike when I'm just trying to keep my medical license, bitch?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I'm trying to be
Suck
able to
it.
be, I'm trying to stay a doctor, and you guys are thinking I'm worried about a goddamn Uber Eats, Willie?
Yeah, don't mess
Get
with
off,
my rating.
don't bust me up.
I'm
I
now
just don't want my
4.8.
Yeah.
Is forecast to become, not what it is.
Listen, bitch, you're talking to a guy that's damn near borderline ready to lose his medical license just because he treats COVID non-conventionally. I'm such a bad guy.
Yeah.
Not because of any malpractice suits or anything like that. I'm going to lose my medical license because I use IV. Right.
I'm up to 480 now.
Yeah, I've treated nearly 500 people with something other than the vaccine. That's what we'll say, Dan.
Mm-hmm.
Something other than the vaccine. And something other than the pill that
Paxlovid.
I have treated COVID nearly 500 times with something besides what Plaxidil,
Plaxlovid.
and zero shots.
Mm-hmm.
And that is going to get me to lose my medical license.
Now it is going to start moving, and it is going to get a lot stronger than it is now over the.
I think there's been an update since this.
Yeah,
I
this
think
is really old.
Western
Yeah, this is
Caribbean.
last
New
night I
traffic
put it in
intensity
there.
4 o'clock
forecast
yesterday.
from the Hurricane Center.
We had a
See
5
that?
a.m. update.
Now
I
hold
think.
on. Since last night, they've moved it. So this is last night on maybe 9.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I did it right before
Right.
I submitted it.
So now, just since then, in the 10 hours since then,
Yeah, it's moved west.
they've moved this cone. Like Tampa's not even in the cone anymore.
They have always been forecasting an intensification trend all the way
I thought
up
this
to
was supposed to be for
landfall
the
in
Fuji.
Florida, but
Yeah,
the
it
peak
didn't
intensity
match.
keeps
Well, maybe they'll get to it.
going
I
up.
don't think they
The
will.
latest forecast has it peaking at 100 miles an hour. That's Category 2. We always have to plan for the possibility of at least a category stronger. Could this become a Cat 3 major hurricane landfall? That's
Well, Dennis Phillips says it might be a Cat 5.
Dennis Phillips also said if it moves like 1 mile over, that we could get like up to 100-mile-an-hour winds.
Yeah, Dennis Phillips with the suspenders.
And his huge,
his huge penis.
his Dr. Dan.
Yeah, back when we were on 98 Rock, I had this girl call in, and she says, I just want to let you know. And I think Dennis Phillips is married. So I don't know. I mean, this is like circa 1999, 2000. And we were talking about Dennis Phillips on Channel 28, and this girl calls in, and she like wants
something.
She wants protection or something like that. And she's like, I just want to let you know that when I think he went to Penn State. And she's like, when I went to Penn State, I hooked up with Dennis Phillips.
Oh.
And he has a big hog. Like he's got a big penis. We're like, oh, that's good to know. Dennis called me up. It's like, phew. Thank God that was a college caper and not a modern day, Carol from Carrollwood. That'd get me in trouble. But I do have an 11-inch penis.
He did go to Penn State.
The National Hurricane Center is forecasting not 1, but 2 hurricanes, and they're both heading for the Gulf of
Now,
Mexico.
hold on. How old is this?
This is 3 years, but it's just explaining what the
The big
Fujiwara
question by
effect
everyone
is.
these days seems to be, could they collide and form one hurricane? It's rare, but possible. It's called the Fujiwara effect, named after the scientists who first described the effect. Here's how it works. If two tropical cyclones get close enough to each other, less than 870 miles, they start to, as the National Hurricane Center says, do an intense dance around a common center. Then, three things can happen. One, if one hurricane is a lot stronger than the other, the smaller one will orbit it and eventually come crashing into it and be absorbed. Or two, if the two storms are about the same size, they can gravitate toward each other and eventually spin off in different directions. And three, the two systems come together to form a large storm instead of two smaller ones. These two systems in the Gulf are probably not going to get close enough to each other for this to happen.
I feel like this guy's talking to a bunch of third graders.
Yeah.
After all, it is 2020.
Well,
We are.
Me and Lummy do bring the national average of the show down, do we not?
Yes. I enjoyed him.
Your modern-day redneck solution to old-fashioned government-controlled radio.
Diabolic mind control.
Is Bubba the Love Sponge.
There's no more Twinkies. You ate all the Twinkies? I think there's like some potato salad in the fridge. If you have a hankering for that. I don't know.
Dan's gonna eat potato salad with her.
I don't know. He wants a notch.
I'm standing right.
Thank you, Craig. I got some. Yeah. Thank you. You should have given those carrots, Bella.
I didn't know what they were.
Yeah.
I didn't know they were carrots. I thought they were like sweet potato. Squash.
Hi. You eat squash? You like squash?
No, I don't eat fucking squash.
Squash is delicious.
Did you say just like that? I just want you to kind of.
Do you like spaghetti squash?
I ain't eat no squash.
Alright.
So, Anna, will you send me the latest? Maybe the 7 a.m. for if it's available.
Sure. Looks like the most recent one is like 2 hours ago. I think it's gonna be at 8.
All right, well, send me something.
All right, baby.
It's up from last night.
Yeah, sorry.
No, there's no way. I mean, in something like this, there's no way for you to.
Yeah, I did it. The last thing I did was add that story, and then.
Yeah.
All right, this is from 5:31 a.m.
With storms, you can't fucking, just that's.
I know it's not evergreen, obviously.
All right, let me just leave there.
There it is. That's from WFLA, tracking in the tropics.
That's funny.
What is that, bear? A black bear playing with his baby, her baby. Baby.
Chin towards me a little more. Serious face.
God, it's like every fucking TV station now has these fucking pre-rolls.
Appreciate it.
Yeah. That trans story I sent to you, that almost made me cry. Well, maybe not.
Oh, the girl that got all fucked up.
Did you see it? Did you watch it?
Is it old?
No.
What now?
I sent you this video I randomly saw on Twitter of this I think she was like 11, or it's technically a boy, but the mom is like pressuring her to transition. It was just really fucking sad.
We'll get into it.
Tampa. Will you zoom me in? Can I zoom in tomorrow, possibly?
No.
Alright, okay, great.
Just enjoy the day off.
Don't say that.
Why not?
Because that freaks me out. You know that freaks me out.
But how can I not say it any more nicer?
I know, but it's like, do you even mean it?
Yeah.
Are you expecting me to come in and risk my life?
Mm-mm. I don't even want you here.
Okay, well that's hurtful.
No, me just for in fear of your safety.
Right. Oh no, the white bitch law.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't even set the alarm tomorrow. I just
Okay, well, we'll see how bad the hurricane is.
Dennis Phillips said it could get to a Cat 5. So did Dr. Dan, Coach Diaco.
What?
Esquire.
Whatever his name was yesterday.
Meteorologist, Dr. Dan.
I was saying, I said Dennis Phillips could say it could get to a 5, and then Dr. Dan Diaco, Esquire, Coach Meteorologist yesterday on the previous said that he could get up to 5 and 20-foot storm
Oh
surge.
yeah, a 20-foot storm surge.
And we're all dying.
What if it just makes like a hard right and hits Naples?
Well, that's the thing. That's what Ian did and Charlie did. They both
Well, hold on. The
right at
last
second.
the last 2 or 3 have done that.
Yeah.
That's what the issue. That's what my concern is. Because they both wobbled right at the last minute.
Yeah, but they never had them coming this far north of Tampa.
Why do you think that happened? Just God's will.
Like those were all direct Tampa hits, were they not?
Who hates Sarasota?
Yes,
What?
they were.
Sarasota.
They
God
both
does not
were. They
hate
both
Sarasota.
were.
They were both direct
I love
Tampa hits.
They were
And-
both direct Tampa hits, and they went south.
Yeah.
So this is north of Tampa.
Warning, warning. The following program contains objectionable content, which may cause oral discomfort. This is the Bubba the Love Sponge Show.
Spending off trolls, trying to make pay with 199s and Twitch hype trains. Wish he could get out of here, enjoy the track that he grades. Maybe go back home with Larry Plummer, he'd play. It's a damn shame what his world's come to, with IRS dead and Mark over 2. Radio stations are bust, shadow banned on YouTube. But that's the biz that he's in. But he's got a new girl with the aha codes. His rich friend had to gift them. Lord knows that Danny just wants to help Bubba along. They like to call him a dick, but they'll call him right quick when they get in that jam. That's when they always call him Dr. Danny's the man. He's your friend till the end. Bubba's best friend is a rich man.
Today's school photo day.
It feels that way.
Do you get to pick?
We had this badass photographer in here.
He's got nice equipment.
He's got really good stuff. He's a filmmaker, and like he's just, he's way highly overrated for what we need him for. But, better to get somebody that's overqualified than under.
That's for sure.
And this guy, we're doing pictures and things like that for several different things. One, Lummy, we don't have a bona fide group shot, of us as a show. He's going to put that together. And then, Lummy, we're doing all this in conjunction with the rebuilding of BUBBA'RmyRadio.com.
Yes.
So,
we're doing a group shot individually?
Yes. He's going to take, pictures of all of us, and then he'll, group
Juice them together?
Yeah. So I can, Dan, I'll make sure you're beside me, okay? That was exactly what you were thinking. And don't even lie to say otherwise.
Okay, well, first of all, the biggest disappointment of the last 3 days was me not being able to ride with you, not being able to go for a ride with my BFF. So I'm still a little shell-shocked from that.
What do you mean being able to
ride?
Saturday we were hopefully going for a bike ride, but just didn't happen.
I'm not going to be in. Last Saturday. I know.
You canceled on Dan?
That was that was him.
I canceled.
I early last week said, hey, you want to go for a bike ride Saturday? He's like, no, I'll be at a medical convention in Fort Lauderdale. I'm like, all right.
Yeah, I would rather have gone to a bike ride.
And then this Saturday, I'm going to be in Indianapolis at the NHRA Drags. By the way, Tony Schumacher tomorrow at 9. Ron Capps Thursday at 9. And then Lummy, me, and Tony Mandrich interviewing Sterling Sharp.
It's going to be awesome.
Which will be my first Past Packers podcast. And Lummy, we're just initially going to put it up on our podcasting world, our YouTube world.
Oh, yeah.
But that'll drop next Thursday. So we'll tape it this week. I forgot to ask Red if he'd help me put that together. Red, if I paid you a little extra, would you help me put that together?
Of course.
Okay, thanks. How's my little scout doing?
She's good, a little sleepy.
When are you ready to do the Scout and Bella introduction?
Whenever, honestly.
I mean, you're not scared of. I mean, because Bella is.
No, not at this point.
She's sweet. But hold on. But
I think Scout needs to get roughed in a little bit. She
does need to get beat. We're like
getting a little too big for her britches.
We're like the Crips. You get beat in, you get beat out. Yeah. Bella has got a little bit of a complex, saying, "Listen, this little bitch has come up here and taken a lot of my territory. I have to be regulated out back as an outside junkyard dog, and this little prima donna bitch is rolled up in here, held, hand fed." My biggest attraction is look at these goats that I can't get in. But boy, Lummy, when she gets to get in and play with the goats.
Yeah.
But anyway,
baby.
Rhett, the only rule that I'd like to make during the Bella meets Scout that will obviously put up on YouTube is that I am Bella's handler and not the merch crick, because the dog knows what she can get away with on dogs know.
Absolutely.
They absolutely.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
They know what they can get away with.
Yeah. Bella knows that Merch Crick is so soft and babies her so much that the dog can do anything it wants.
Right.
Like, we were at my mom's house on Saturday, and it was running around. It had the zoomies, and I was over it. Like, it was, we were trying to watch TV, and Bella's going back and forth on the carpet, to the point where you can even hear their nails digging into the carpet because they're making such, O.J. Simpson-like moves. You can hear like
the cuts.
You can hear the nails go down to the actual thread of the carpet.
The weave.
And so finally, I'm like, man, Bella, chill out. And Eric is like, she's just having fun. And then so another 5 minutes, I go, Bella, go lay down right now. And she went and laid down for like 15, 20 minutes, because she knows I'm not going to beat her, but I'll yank her chain and make her behave just like Baby Lummy, that little bastard.
Exactly.
I actually had to take Baby and bend its neck down so that it was on the ground and put my knee on it and say stop, because like a couple times Baby would he would come up and literally try to ram me.
Wow.
Like, Lummy, he only likes you. Baby's mean.
Yeah, he was trying to probably show his dominance, which you dominated him. So
yeah,
he was fine when we were fishing.
He does. By the way,
knows.
Since that time, he won't have anything to do with me.
Right.
Yeah, that's exactly. He stayed right up on top of his little house.
But Hootie, every time I go out there, Hootie, I always pet him. He lets me pet him. And then if I bring food out there, a lot of times, Lummy, and Baby starts doing what Baby's very food aggressive. You can go out there, Dan, and put 2 piles of hay, and Baby will go and eat his pile and then guard the other pile so that Hootie can't get him and then horn him. So Hootie doesn't. Lummy, how many times have you seen it where, unless you specifically save some for Hootie and hand feed him, Baby doesn't let him have any of it?
A good amount.
Yeah,
but
little
Baby's just a dick.
He's the Dan Diaco of back there.
Hootie's smarter than I've ever given him because he'll wait for Baby to kind of go off on its own, maybe with me, and then he'll sneak down and just eat all Baby's food.
I know, but poor little thing shouldn't be like that. So when I go out there,
slick.
When I go out there, I will not let. I'll put 2 different piles up, and then Baby starts his nonsense of trying to ram, and I'll just I won't kick him. But I'll, direct him off of Hootie's pile and let Hootie eat his pile. Otherwise, Baby tries to eat both piles. Little son of a bitch.
And Hootie is the smartest one. He's the one who knows how to pick the lock.
Well, you know what? Baby's a little... Dan, I don't know what you would call this. So Baby's a bully to Hootie, okay? And Baby hits Hootie and rams him with his horns, and Hootie doesn't get near the food and the treats because Baby is just a dick. But when I send the equalizer out there, Bella, Hootie defends Baby's honor. Baby is definitely...
It's like you and Lummy.
It's like, well, hold on.
It's just like you and Lummy. You beat on Lummy until there's something wrong, and then Lummy stands in front of the danger and helps protect you.
You know, I didn't understand. You know what? I think our goats have emailed. I think I'm Baby.
You're Baby. And
so are you. You're Baby, too, because you're
we're
a
both
dick.
Baby. We're double Baby.
Because at the end of the day, Dan, if somebody really big and, like the size of Ty J wanted to kick me and yours ass.
Right,
and
we're hiding behind Lummy.
Hold on, and we're at a bar and Lummy's with us. What do we say?
Lummy!
Lummy, listen, can you please help us with this really big guy over here?
Right.
Please? Can you go up and
flank him.
we'll be behind me. We'll be behind you, okay? Well, we got your back, but buddy, we can't go out there. We can't be the front line.
No.
We got to be the little babies in the back.
Yeah, we need the artillery in the front.
Now, Lummy, the guy doesn't know that you're a pussy and you're afraid of everything, so act tough, okay?
Take a couple punches.
Yeah,
no problem.
Act real tough.
Yeah, tire him out.
We'll buy you 2 shots of Jaeger before we go outside to fight, okay?
That's perfect.
Yeah, and you'll just be like, drunk.
He likes vodka.
And then you guys just run off. I'll take Jaeger.
Yeah,
it's
whatever.
Free. Yeah.
So anyway, Baby is such a dick, and so when Bella goes out there, Baby runs all around, and Bella nips at her heels, and Baby's so afraid of Bella, but Hootie will go and get to the top of the shanty, and if Baby can make it to all Baby tries to do is outrun Bella, and Baby can't. Bella's much faster. So all Bella tries to do, Lummy, is hurt. For some reason, Bella tries to put her in the pond.
Yeah, I know.
She tries to herd her into the pond.
Drag her in.
Do you think that Bella knows that Baby doesn't like the water?
Yeah.
And that's the ultimate FU?
Yep. Exactly.
Well, eventually,
I think if Bella knows Baby doesn't like the water and then backs Baby to the water, she's using the water like a wall.
Yeah.
To help trap her.
Right. That's what she does, and then she starts biting on her ankles.
She's smart.
And then Baby starts going crazy. Well, then Baby will get away, and Baby will make itself up to the top of the shanty. Well, then at that point, Bella tries to get to the top of the shanty, and guess who sticks up for their little brother? Hootie. Hootie headbutts, and Lummy's seen it. Bella won't even go up there anymore because she's been headbutted so much. I mean, Bella's probably been given 15 concussions.
Oh, yeah.
So Bella gets up there.
She's like Bella Aikman.
Yeah, she's she's punch drunk.
1 year.
She's like Bella Ali. Hootie's Baby gets behind Hootie, and Hootie does a big wheelie and smashes Bella right in the head.
Oh wow!
And then Bella's gets zoinks.
But that's even without horns. That's just hard head to hard head.
That's just Baby.
Head to head.
Hootie's got a hard ass head.
So Baby won't gore Bella.
No. Baby is so afraid. Baby will use his horns with everybody but Bella.
Well, thank goodness.
Well, because Bella just will bite her.
Yeah. Well, I mean, but you ever see a dog get like gored by a like a hog?
Well, baby is so afraid. She's like she doesn't even get in goring position. Like when she's with her brother Hootie, a lot of times they'll do, they both do wheelies, and she won't even do that. But Hootie, he'll do that to Bella. Hootie does a big wheelie, then smashes Bella right in the face, and Bella now won't go up to the very top. So baby can make it to the very top. Her brother, who she bullies.
Aren't they both boys?
But So isn't that crazy,
Calling
Dan?
her.
The person that you bully is the person that ends up saving you against the real badass.
But see,
right?
Again, Lummy and Bubba.
Yeah,
It's just you two.
Tribalism.
But there's a weird dynamic because if I put food up on a Hootie spot, which is the whole entire top.
Yeah, you got to separate them, Dan, when they eat. That's how food aggressive baby is.
Baby will never go up there. Hootie does not let him up there at all.
Well, Hootie will headbutt him.
Exactly. So it's like they have a weird dynamic that's almost like baby gets everything on the ground and Hootie gets everything in the house.
Oh, see, I didn't know that. I put everything on the ground.
I started
Separate but equal.
Yeah, kind of.
All I do now is I don't even have to discipline baby. Like when baby's being extra mean or getting food aggressive, I just go get Bella, and it's over.
The equalizer.
It's completely over. And now she likes to swim in the pond and try to get ducks. And so she goes after the ducks too. Like she just wants. I don't think she's
behavioral issues.
I don't think she's caught anything yet. But man, she's trying. Like hell. Well, I take that back. She did catch a baby duck.
Oh no!
She ate it.
Yeah, I don't.
She killed it.
No,
it's dead.
It disappeared.
It's gone. It's dead.
She caught a baby.
Didn't you
duck.
say you saw feathers in her poop?
She caught a baby duck.
Okay.
All right. So here's Channel 8. Channel 8's brilliant. They got WFLA.com, Lummy. If you go to WFLA.com, it's just constant loop, or WFLA Now, and it's just the constant loop. It's like a 15 or 20 second loop, and it shows you where it's at. Like they don't even need a commentator here. This is because this is all people care about.
Yeah.
We don't want to have to sit through 30 minutes of people breaking it down and storm. Like if you watch the Weather Channel, man, they will break it down. They break this storm down 15 different ways. They'll show you the storm surge. They'll show you the wind gusts. They'll show you the rain participation. I don't think so. So, but I mean,
at least women like details. So,
but Dan, on WFLA Now, this is everything you need to know. Okay, it shows where it's at right now. Okay. Yeah. Shows where it's at right now, and then it shows you the track,
right?
And it shows you, what the statistics are,
right?
Wednesday at 2 a.m., 120 miles an hour, a Cat 3, quite far away from. It doesn't even look like we have outer bands at that point, right?
We're out of the cone,
and so this is what they're projecting it to do right here.
Correct.
Now, the next stream or the next update, this is good until 11. It even tells you.
It's crazy.
No, it's good until 8. That's the 8 o'clock update. This is the 8 o'clock update. This is the 8 o'clock advisory.
Oh, it is. It is. Look,
advisory came early.
Oh, dude, now let me do it. Does
early.
it automatically refresh?
Yeah, I just refreshed.
Yeah, it looks like it's going farther north and west.
But do you know what's interesting about this loop?
Is when it comes back around?
Is that the hurricane itself looks like it's doing a loop and coming back around. And someone said they saw a spaghetti model where it does actually like a 360.
Hold on. Where it comes and laps itself.
And comes back. Yeah.
Comes back around.
Yeah.
And then says, I'll get you again.
Maybe.
Tampa, I didn't get you on the front side, but I want to get you on the back side. And I had a whole bunch of ocean to get some more steam. So when I'm blasting through Cuba next time, I'm a 3, build into a 5, and you guys, I'm going to get Tampa.
There's like 3 spaghetti models that have it going to Cocoa Beach and then back across the state to get back to the Gulf.
No way.
Yeah, it's only three spaghetti models.
Yeah. Well.
Got it. And I wonder if a hurricane's ever done that before in the history of hurricanes.
They have.
Where they've gone.
Come back and hit us again.
And I was on the eastern seaboard.
This hurricane's like, I'm going to do a lap around Florida, and then I'm going to come back and get them. I don't think there's any chance of that happening. Just like I don't think there's any chance of this really being that big of an event. Lummy, wasn't I the one yesterday that was like...
Yeah, but remember by the end of the show, you were freaking out.
No, I was freaking out.
You were.
Because of the protein.
After the show.
Because of the protein.
My whole life.
Yeah, it was all the shake.
It was that damn protein shake.
Oh, it was the protein shake.
That I gained 3 pounds. I gained 3 pounds of the damn protein shake.
Way to go, Dan. Jesus.
No good on deed. No good deed goes on. punished.
I can't have that much, Dan.
I'm sorry.
Just
Well,
no
you're not
more.
getting it this time, man. It's going to be here in like 2 minutes just for me and Macho.
Did you really order one?
I ordered 2. Me and Mach.
No, me and Lemmy got to sit there and watch it.
Now you're torturing him.
Are you investing in this place?
No, I just enjoy it, and I'm hungry for some reason. I've been doing like.
Jennifer showed me the receipts, Dan. Jennifer showed me the receipts.
How did you find this place?
Jennifer found it.
Okay.
She showed me
Like, do you
how
just
much she orders.
Do you just tell her I want a good protein shake place?
Just because I found this protein shake place, and you want to try a chocolate peanut butter shake? I'm like, hells yeah, and it was great.
She is such your she's everything.
Yeah, she
to you.
powders my butt for me. I mean, it's awesome.
Man,
Didn't you make
poor
her get like steel
Figuratively.
cleaner for your guitar?
Mm-hmm.
Hold on, you made her get what, Dan?
Stainless steel polish.
For what?
For the resonator.
What's the resonator?
A guitar like Oliver Anthony.
Oh.
It's got a resonator.
Yeah, you didn't worry about how many cotton balls or syringes you had at the shop.
No, I need my steel to.
You need your steel.
Pop!
Your steel. You got your steel polish. That's what your assistant's doing now is getting your steel polish.
Yeah, I want my steel to shine.
All right. Well, there's the latest. If you guys want to show, that's the latest. And I'm just gonna tell you, it's not gonna be like.
Should I not even move my cars?
Bubba Delgado says.
Yeah, please.
Should I just leave my cars put?
I would. I mean, I'm thinking it's not going to be that big of a deal.
Testarosa's going anywhere.
No, you got it. Is the Testarossa in the carriage house garage?
Yeah.
Oh, well, then you're fine. Is
Right.
Is the Escalade in the?
Yeah, well, I need that for evacuation in case I do decide to evacuate. I need a big car.
All right. So what about
how about
the
SF90?
Yeah.
That I may put at the Enclave.
I'd put that at the Enclave.
Just in case. Separate them. You know?
Keep the Testarossa at the carriage house.
Mm-hmm.
And keep the Escalade in the garage at the carriage house in case,
And I'll put the Beta Porsche in the garage instead of outside.
Yeah.
Because I have room for it now.
Oh, because it's 3-bay.
Right.
Right. So
it's been an outdoor dog for a few weeks.
Yeah. Are you pre-belching that protein deal you got coming?
I guess that's what it was. I'm making room for. Yeah, it's a bad one from yesterday.
I was tore up from yesterday.
Really?
Yeah.
Did it make you like poop a lot or just hurt your stomach?
I don't know what it did to me. I'll tell you what I did. Can I tell you what I did yesterday, which I've never done? I just didn't feel good. I just didn't feel good. I just felt real weak and like something was wrong with me. So I went home. I got home like about 11, maybe 15 or 11:20 or something.
Yeah.
And I went right to bed.
Oh wow.
No pills or nothing?
No. I went right.
My
I
God.
went right to
Took a nap.
I went right to bed and slept till like 2. Got up, ate, and then
2, 4, 6.
No, I ate, took my pills, and it takes a couple hours for my pills. Drove over here on pills.
Right.
But Dan, I can't get. I drove the Crown Vic over here. So let me gassed up the generator.
Nice.
Made sure that ran the generator for like 15 minutes on high, and made sure I had plenty of gas, and that's it. And then I came home about 4:30 and went back to bed. And for some reason couldn't go to sleep. I just couldn't. I was just tossing and turning.
You're anxious about the hurricane. We all are.
I'm anxious about everything.
For a few hours during the day.
Plus, I'm going on vacation for 8 days. That's the longest I've ever been away. I may have anxiety over that.
That's okay.
Track.
Hold on. The track. It's the last couple of days of the month. It's been super slow. I mean, we just drained the hell out of them on Bubba 199. So it's just been been super slow. Yesterday was a slow day. Today's a slow day.
I haven't gotten one.
Global warming. There's all kinds of things stressing out.
All kind. I got this hurricane. I just got all kinds of things.
People are dying of starvation.
My mom, and her skin flap.
Oh yeah.
I got
my mom, her skin flap.
Yeah. How is your mom's skin flap doing?
Similar to yours, hanging in there. And I told my mom that your mom had the same thing, and she was pretty surprised. But
they're skin flap buddies now.
Yeah.
Hello. Who's this?
Bubba.
Yeah.
Mark from Cocoa, man. How you doing?
Good, Mark. Cocoa.
Hey, have you guys ever heard of Mike's weather page?
Yep. Yeah, he's from Tampa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's from Oldsmar, man. I mean, dude, he calls into Tom and Dan frequently, like when there's storms out there. And I mean, dude, he's got a cult following, man. He's got like 1.5 million on Facebook.
Maybe we should start doing something with him.
That's what I'm saying, man, because he usually, before he goes on, he'll tag whatever he's going on and make a post about it, tell people how to, tune in and all that good stuff. And, if he was regularly tagging your stuff
also calls
in front of 1.5 million people, man, that's, that might be advantageous.
Yeah, but hold on. Let me find.
Yeah, he calls the other across the bridge.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, he calls into another show, so that's we're not going to do that.
Oh, conflict of interest.
Yep. Exactly. Good, but good. Thank you for the thank you for the heads up.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate it. When I come back, we're going to talk about two things, both transgender. One is a joke, and the other one
is fun, one is sad.
And one is just absolutely.
It really moved me.
It did, it did too. I read it.
Takes a lot.
I read it this morning too. It was, like I usually just glance over them. Like I glanced at this on. I was like, "Yep, I want it." Like I don't have to get into it, but I got into the one that you sent, the sad one, and I was like, I actually took my time and read it, and I was like,
because it was just a video.
No, but I also read that comes with words too.
Oh yeah. I kind of added that in there a little bit.
So I tried to. I watched it. I read it, and I'm like, wow, that is like these people should be arrested.
Yeah,
they
was
should
really
be.
sad.
I mean, like we don't. Why don't we have legislation about that?
Well, some states are doing that.
Talk about woke when these parents push their transgender beliefs and wants onto a child, and then the child regrets or kind of like doesn't think they may really have wanted that after they've been chemically castrated or after after it's you're beyond almost going back.
Well, you
got a kid that says, I don't know if I really wanted that. I think my mom and dad wanted it more than me, and now I'm a girl. Now I have no penis.
Well, I read a study that said that 80% of the people that think they're transgender as a child change their mind, and it's hard to change your mind if you've lost your genitalia.
Right. So
and most of the suicides that happen are like years after reassignment surgery.
Right. Yeah. Not because they're waiting for it.
Right.
It's because they've already had it.
But
and it's like, second guessing.
That's the only sympathy I really have for these parents is oftentimes when they're told like, hey, I think my kid might be trans. They're like, oh, you better start transitioning them because if you don't, they're going to kill themselves. And so you're like, oh, well,
and so
God damn, I don't want them to kill themselves. Better start this now.
But here's what a real good parent says. You know what? I'm going to let my kid figure it out, and I'm going to be supportive of it. But I'm not going to allow them to make any altering, surgeries until they can make that decision for themselves as an adult.
And when do you think that age is? When do you think that age is?
21.
That's too late. 18 is an adult for voting.
Well, again,
it's got to be 18 or theoretically earlier. And
well,
so
it's
I guess we could talk about
earlier.
that. I guess we could talk about that at the next break. But that's the real. I think that's the real controversy here because. I mean, you can't really tell a 20-year-old or a 21-year-old what they can and can't do.
But there's nothing in place.
Reason.
There's nothing in place to penalize the parents that did this to somebody.
Well, I don't think that parents...
Because parents sometimes push this on people.
I understand and I agree with you, and I think that is...
Well, I mean, John Kostika
is a distortion of society right now.
Through.
I think John Kostika did come through. I don't know. I'm gonna have to look here.
But worse than parents encouraging it because they are their children and they do have some. They do have some
$50 bill from John Kostika. Thank you, John Kostika. Anyway, let me Dan, go ahead.
And they do have an interest in this child's well-being, but the fact that sometimes schools, teachers, and doctors are encouraging the children in the absence of parental consent. That is the crime.
Meaning like behind
the parent's back.
Yeah,
yes.
behind the parent's back.
Or pressuring the parents to do it because they're like, if you don't do it, your kid's going to kill themselves.
And they say that. That's what they say.
Oh, I know.
That's what they tell the parents. If you don't do this, the kid's going to kill themselves.
This is what they say. Do you want a dead son or a daughter that lives or something like that?
And then you're going to end up having something in between that still kills itself.
I think you got to be a strong enough parent to not hear any of that outside noise and to be in tune with your kid.
Otherwise, cut your kid's feet off and put a tail there because at one point she wants to be a mermaid,
Wow.
And sew wings on the back because kids want to fly.
Okay, Dan, I think we got your point.
It's the Bubba the Love Sponge Show.
The Bubba the Love Sponge Show.
Hey, we'll be right back.
All right. Can I pee? Lovey, do you want to go?
Let me go.
All right, let me
I gotta talk to Andy real quick.
An unexpected conversation happened one afternoon. And inside, nobody else can see is, are you a boy or are you a girl?
Me and a boy inside and a girl outside.
Really?
Yeah, that's true.
So,
Only
let's
you
try
know
this
the
way a
answer to
little
that.
bit.
So, if you wanted to grow up to be a man,
Yeah.
would you tell me?
Yeah.
Okay. If you wanted to grow up and be a man, you could.
I want to be.
Should just like cross your arms.
Sometimes I think that I'm boys with a but I want to get her.
I get you to kind of look all this way. No, stay like this, but I just want you. The other way. Look back here. I take it you're not smiling, right? It's fine. You don't have to.
But you're not going to wait until 16 to start. You know that, okay? No.
Hands down by your side one more time.
12, 13, 14, deciding whether they want to have biological children when they're 20, 30, or 40. I mean,
Well, they make the decision to kill themselves. To me, it seems.
I just want you, for this one, you're just going to kind of look down, and when I say action, just look into the camera. Action. Camera. Look off to your right. Look into the camera. That's it. All right. Okay, quick and easy. Yep.
Do I got to put a shirt on, Ian, that is going to be?
I would put on whatever you want.
Because are you gonna post it or?
I'm not going to post anything. These are all going for your website.
No, what I'm saying, are they gonna put a different shirt on us?
No.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So whatever you're
Dad,
wearing.
will you grab the chat real quick?
What it'll be.
Got it.
All right. Ready?
So Anna,
Yo.
the story we're talking about is this one right here, right?
Yeah, took a second call to the morning.
This one.
Yeah, it's those two first videos.
Well, it's actually 3.
I think that's Hoda. I don't know if that's the same family.
All right, but anyway,
But the first two, the first one was really sad.
All right.
Okay,
So first, just kind of mirror me. Yeah, just like that. Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Any kind of personality you want to bring works. Yeah, that's awesome. Turn towards me a little bit more with that. Yep, that's it.
Watched a little TV last night. Mostly news.
Let me get you kind of smiling off that way.
I agree. Unity 17. If they're a genetic girl at birth, give them genetic female hormones. Talk to Dan right here.
Just do that personality you're just doing.
There it is. So.
Flex there.
Photo and then
Okay.
set. Let me get a little more of a serious face on this one. Just turn your chin just towards me. Yep.
What's up, Mark? The frog dash cam. Yes, SF90XX Chase. I've seen it. I like it, and I was going to do that race to get one, but it doesn't look like I want to do that race. It doesn't look like I'm getting one.
Photo shoot in 90 seconds.
It's cool looking.
Like.
This ain't show. Cover Grom.
How's your shake?
Awesome.
Delicious.
Have you ever had boba?
Yes, I like boba.
We should get that for Bubba.
I'll never He's been
Oh,
yelling.
God.
And that tapioca has been irritating.
Are these cum balls?
Don't tell me too much.
Yeah.
Bubba, you know Boba? Bobo? Boba? How do you say it?
Boba.
Boba? Bubba. Did you ever have boba? No boba?
Did you have Bobo? Did Boo Bear
I never
have
fucking heard of it.
Boba?
My kids came home with it.
Really?
Yeah,
From
the
like
kids
bubble tea?
played around
It's just good. It is jarring when you're not expecting it.
What
You're
is
like,
it?
"Ooh, I'm joking.
Do you eat tapioca pudding?
I love it.
Oh, then you might like boba.
Oh, we should all get Boba.
Order boba next time.
I love tapioca pudding.
But
yeah,
it's
boba's like a drink,
Pearl.
like a peach or like a strawberry tea.
It's a milk tea.
with little tapioca balls in it.
You like balls? Balls?
You don't like balls.
You like yellow balls?
What are the tapioca balls? What are
I don't know.
It's
They're not
called
fish
boba.
eggs, but I don't know what they are.
Do you like aloe drinks? You know, like aloe drinks?
No, I don't like aloe in my fucking drink.
Aloe's
I put aloe in my
gross.
skin. I don't like aloe as a food. Really?
Yeah, it's actually not bad. It tastes pretty good. Sweet.
Yeah, it's
Don't do that shit.
refreshing and
Yeah.
hydrating.
Yeah, I rub that shit on my
But
skin.
it's yeah, you just said
It's fucking gross.
I feel like it's refreshing and hydrating. But it sucks.
Yeah.
I like it. I thought it was
Yeah.
actually good.
I don't like it. It's like pulpy, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's like-
no, that's gross.
Well, see, no,
He doesn't care about opinion polls and research studies.
Oh, I feel safer already.
He's more concerned about getting a hot porn star for a mix-in with his wife.
Okay, good, because I want to have sex.
You're listening to the Bubba the Love Sponge Show.
The Secret Service was investigating the shocking discovery of cocaine just steps from the Oval Office. Conservative media is pointing the finger at the president's troubled son, Hunter.
This was all unfolding in between visits from the president's son, Hunter, a recovering drug addict.
You can tour the White House if you give him an ounce of cocaine. But it got shut down when somebody found his cocaine.
Secret Service evacuated parts of the White House yesterday.
Hunter likes cocaine.
You identified Hunter Biden was paying prostitutes related to a potential prostitution ring. Is that correct? Yes or no?
Yes, that's correct.
They won't prosecute when he buys prostitutes and cocaine.
The D.C. Fire Department confirmed it was cocaine.
When they impeach Trump, he celebrates with a bump of cocaine.
Hunter Biden had written off payments to prostitutes.
Hunter likes cocaine.
There were deductions for what we believe to be escorts, and then that $10,000 golf club membership that was for a sex club.
His computer got pawned while he was high on cocaine. He said it was hacked, but he sold it for crack cocaine.
Dishonorably discharged. That's not true. It wasn't dishonorably. Cocaine use.
Hunter likes cocaine.
My son, like a lot of people we know at home, had a drug problem. He's overtaken it. He's fixed it. He's worked on it.
While Joe sniffs minors, Hunter is snorting liners of cocaine. He snorted his brother's ashes. He thought it was a stash of cocaine.
Talking about my son, Bo Biden, you're talking about me. I don't know, Bo.
Hunter likes cocaine.
Hunter Biden is a degenerate drug user. His own father was the man in the U.S. Senate for over a decade pushing for stronger penalties for crack cocaine users.
We all have a heartfelt reason to support our blood pressure. In fact, more than half of the U.S. population would benefit from blood pressure support. Super Beat Heart Chews are easy and convenient way to support your healthy blood pressure, and they promote a heart-healthy energy as well. With over 30,000 five-star reviews and counting, how can you go wrong, my friend? Super Beats is the #1 pharmaceutical recommended best brand for cardiovascular health support. It's blood pressure support that you can trust. And you can double your potential with Super Beat Heart Chews. And get a free 30-day supply of Super Beat Heart Chews plus 15% off your first order. simply by going to getsuperbeats.com.
Promo code Bubba.
Again, that's GET Super, then BEETS, getsuperbeats.com.
Promo code Bubba.
Promo code Bubba. Dan chews them by the handful. They recommend 2 as an adult. We take 4. It's not a big deal. Anyway, they're great. They've been with us for a while. They're a great client. Go to getsuperbeats.com.
Promo code Bubba.
Promo code Bubba. Lummy, I figured out why today is slow. Because today's a Twitch Tuesday.
Oh yeah.
Today's our today's the
weekly.
The weekly or we do one after show a week on Twitch, and we used to do every show starting back in 2017 when some people called it, we went to the game console. Remember?
You're on a video game site.
Yeah. Some radio personalities have snickered at us and made fun of us, not realizing that your little terrestrial thumbprint ain't crap compared to what I got going on globally and digitally. And it all started with Tom Bean in 2017 when, Lummy, I was living in a trailer and I had like 2 affiliates. And he's like, man, we are not going to be like, we're done. You got like $30,000 a month in bills and you're making like $3,400. It doesn't take a brain surgeon to realize that that's not quite the business template that's going to get you ahead now, is it?
It works in America.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what the government's doing.
It did work in America through hard work.
No, the government just prints money and spends more than it takes.
We're talking about our particular business, my friend. And so we were one of the very first radio shows on Twitch, and Lummy, Twitch became woke. Like we made millions of dollars for Twitch. And then Twitch got all woked out, started getting us violations, all COVID related.
Yeah.
Dan, a doctor.
I'm not even.
Listen, shut up, Dan. Dan, a doctor, told a Helen Keller joke with a COVID kicker, and that gets his throat. We can't even we don't even know what we can say over there. So we're going to go to Rumble and YouTube and do our daily show over there. And Lummy, we're getting ready to hit 100,000 subscribers on YouTube, which is kind of a bit. I think it's kind of a big deal.
It is.
I think that's where people kind of start paying attention to you a little bit.
That's right.
Once you're over the 100K, and I'm like, what, 92,207 or something like that.
Just right there.
We're right there. I mean, just there's. We're hung 11 inches, and we're at 8 right now, and you're saying no, but we want to plunge the other 4, please. Right, Lummy, give us the 4 more.
Just let us go.
So go to YouTube and subscribe to our channel. It's at The Bubba Army, and we got a lot of great stuff. Lummy, I'm working on our fishing video.
Nice.
I know Rhett's got the Tampa Tarpon stuff up there,
the epic
a bunch
first
of
pitch.
Hogan stuff, and just all kinds of things. And also, don't forget, we're completely revamping Bubba Army Radio. Lummy, when that thing gets done, man, that might be where people go. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
that might be if you watch the show daily on YouTube, you got to also be subscribed to BubbaArmyRadio.com if you want to get all the archives and things like that.
Especially if you're FTE and you just want to listen to some old stuff while you drive.
Or download it. Because if you're a subscriber, you're going to be able to download it.
Yep.
If you're not a subscriber, you're going to be able to stream it. There's a big difference. Right, Lummy?
Yes, there is.
Hello, who's this?
Hey, Bubba, Las Vegas, Mario.
By the way, today's after show is exclusively on Twitch. It's Twitch Tuesdays. And Lummy will start that at 10:30 sharp. And Lummy, what do we usually? That's what I was getting ready to say earlier. People are holding on to their money right now because they're going to try to do a hype train when we get there.
Of course.
Close out the month. So anyway, what do we usually make it? 10 to 12 levels?
Yeah, about
something like that.
11 is our average.
Sure. So today's after show, the little uncensored show that we put together for about an hour, except yesterday because I had a tummy ache because of Dan's $40 protein drinks.
Too yummy for your tummy.
Twitch.tv. / The Bubba Army today at 10:30 for the after show. What do you need, sir? Las Vegas Mario, great fan of the show.
Yeah, just 2 things. So Dan's going to be in tomorrow with Babyface? That's going to be awesome if that's going to happen.
Tomorrow, buddy, first of all, numbnuts. Babyface only comes in on Thursdays.
Sorry.
And so there, I think it was you just really trying to, because you knew that Babyface coming on Thursday.
I honestly didn't. No, I didn't. I swear to God, I had my days all mixed up.
Sound like you were just calling in to start crap to me.
No, I love Dan and Babyface. Those are the guys.
Yeah, me too. I love him too.
Wait, can
I don't know, Dan. I don't know if that's a possibility of you two doing a show with, like, if we would just add him into a show with you. Like, you know how Jay comes in?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think we can have a Babyface comes in when you're here because you two are like two battering rams. You know,
sometimes we agree. I mean, usually,
and then it gets into name calling, and then it gets into where you like borderline, intimidate him as you threaten violence on him. You do.
Yes.
Well, Bubba, you got to think too. Babyface always tries to get a lot of things in early, and if he's coming in at 8:30 and only has a little bit of time to entertain, he may just go right after.
Maybe
Dan.
one of these days.
He comes after me first usually. I usually leave him alone, and he does some kind of Dan dig, and he always does Dan digs when he's on the air without me. Because I'm not there to, defend
so you're
myself.
saying
Because he's a
real dirty digger.
Yeah, he really is a dirty digger.
And be careful how you phonically say that.
Exactly.
He's a very dirty
digger.
He's a very dirty digger.
He's a digger.
Dig with a D.
Yes.
D.
I know.
You
but
dirty digger.
If I'm around, he's polite and courteous.
Yeah,
but if I'm not
otherwise
here,
he's a dirty what?
He's a dirty digger.
Yeah, but really be careful. Careful. He's a dirty digger.
You already said it. Many times.
Babyface is what, Lummy?
A dirty digger.
Yeah, you really got to.
Oh, that's
on
worse.
On that second word, man, you really got to make sure you and not a no.
You gotta hold the A.
Yeah.
It's like a Who song.
maybe one of these days we should try that show out, though. But I'd feel like I'd just be playing traffic cop the entire time, calming you two down.
Which does happen, and it's happened before when the three of us have been on the air together.
All right. So what else you got, Las Vegas, Mario? I got to get into this trans deal, then I got to get into this teacher that is wearing big jugs, and it's just
Double
all
Z Hooters.
No, and just the last thing is I called on the 199 to air a grievance. I want to apologize. That wasn't the forum to air a grievance, so I do apologize.
What did you call in on?
I was digging on Lummy for something. I forget.
Yeah, I still have heat with Lummy, but I'll do that for another show.
No, hold on. Why could you have heat, Lummy?
Possibly.
Lummy, do you understand?
I know exactly, yeah. $10,
hold on.
Keith is G on the Venmo.
I'd rather have you explain the beef than him, because not you.
All
No, not
Big Man 028, $25 on the Venmo.
Thank you, sir. Not you, Mario. Yeah. I'm going to let Lummy explain the heat.
Oh, okay.
Lummy, over to you, buddy.
Last time Mario called, I read chat. I read both chats. And unfortunately, I guess he went back and looked. I rolled my eyes. I was reading something from a fan in chat, which I rolled my eyes because obviously, once again, I rolled my eyes. Then, so he's upset about that, thinking I rolled my eyes when he called. But
hold on, Henry. But what are we in, third grade? What a bunch of little bitches!
But I didn't do that.
You're mad at because Lummy potentially rolled his eyes at a comment.
No, it's other things too. He does.
Okay, sure.
Such
as what? U.S. Americans.
I was going to explain the second thing, but I was also going to finish up with. I know exactly who's on the line. Most of the time, I know the area code, so I knew it was Mario.
Right.
If I, you know what I mean? Like, he thinks I was like, ignoring him or something. I don't know. And then then he put a Venmo in during the Tony Mandarich section. So did Bright Farm Johns Island, who's a Hall of Famer, for $50. Mario put one for $10. I didn't want to call it out during your interview with Tony while you were making your announcement. So I waited to the end of the show and called both of them out. And he said that I didn't call it out when I saw it. So he was mad about that.
Mario.
Can I give you my version? Or?
Yeah. But right now, it's not looking too good for you. I hope that you let me stay true. Listen, if you're truly Bubba Army fan, no matter what ruling you get here, if it's not favorable for you, and I call you a little bitch, I hope you don't quit to Bubba Army or nothing like that. Because
I don't care about that.
I wouldn't be staying true to the game. It's the bottom line.
Mm-hmm.
It's Bubba bitch, and I'm about to get mines if I didn't, call it the way I see it, in fear of losing a good customer. No.
I'll still stay with you. You're one of my four. I got asked who was my four to interview to sit at a dinner table. You're in my four, man.
All right, who would
Stern and Richard Simmons.
Me, Howard Stern. Wow. What an unbelievable dinner.
Sweating the oldies.
So anyway, sir, what is your rendition of this? Lummy says that you're being a little bitch. And I mean, Lummy, the bottom line is you got to, I mean, I think, Lummy, you did the right thing. You held back the bits for a little more timely and appropriate way to mention them, not right when I'm in the middle of a high spot with Tony Mandrich. And then you did make sure they got called out. And you used your best judgment, which I really appreciate. So go ahead, Mario. I don't know what you could say that could sway me otherwise.
Jane's here, by the way.
I'll just give it to you point by point. I'll be done. You rule. I still love you. I love all you guys. I'll just say it.
He's
so
good.
Mitch the Mark did one right. I have the time too because I time stamped it. Mitch the Mark did one for $10.
Good morning.
Mitch the Mark did one for $10. He did his monster truck voice. Cool. You guys didn't go into Tony Mandrich till after break, so I put mine right in because I knew on purpose. I go, I'm going to put it in. Let me see if he calls it. You guys went. You guys still had time. Then you went into break. Then you had Tony Mandrich. He calls it at the end of the show. Oh, and Las Vegas Mario and somebody else. Just like as a matter of fact, just calls it out like that. The second
Maybe
one
I didn't see it. It doesn't pop up every time.
I thought I was going to finish. I thought I was going to talk, bro.
Jesus.
Go ahead, buddy.
Okay, so then when I called on Thursday, it was because I asked you about why you weren't going to Ronnie's wedding. I have it recorded. I usually don't watch the YouTube till like later on, but I had it on cooking. I watched it. As soon as you say Las Vegas Mario, he's not reading nothing. He rolls it. I could send you the email right now with the clip of him rolling his eyes as I'm calling and asking. I'm like, come on, man. I go, I've always liked him. I thought he's cool. Listen, Bubba, when you did the Venmos, you used to read them like right then and there. Like they were just, you would have them when you did the Venmos. When this dude reads the Venmos, I don't know. I feel like
this
there's
dude.
What do you listen?
Mario.
Do you really, Bubba? Bubba gets an email which is faster than mine. And the fact of the matter is, first of all, and I did just roll my eyes when you just said that you timestamped everything. Second. What are you talking about? Bubba doesn't even sometimes read some of the PayPals that go through. He has to double check it. When the Venmos, I have to sit and refresh. I don't know, since you record and you rewatch all the shows when you go, watch my hand and I refresh. Yeah, one time only. I refresh it because the Venmo doesn't refresh it every single time. The only one that does it is Cash App.
You won't.
The only Cash App. What? I won't do what?
You won't go off on him.
I mean, what? He thinks that for some reason the only time that he's ever gone back and watched his call was a time that I rolled my eyes because I don't read anything. Dan, do I not have both chats pulled up? Do I have both chats pulled up?
Yes, you do.
Which people in chat are like, oh, Lummy's ignoring me. He's not answering me. I answer a lot of people. I'm also talking with Red and Macho Man about things in the back. And you know what? Sometimes Red and Macho Man Macho Man likes to chime in a little bit about things we're talking about. Also, I'm sitting always refreshing Venmo. Venmo doesn't refresh until I hit my finger on it, which is why sometimes, yes, it is. You're telling me what I'm talking.
Go off.
Dan, you can literally watch it. Dan, come on.
I watch him. He's always doing. I watch you.
Bubba gets it on his email before I do. So once again, here we go. Big Man 028, 25. I like how you're like, oh, well, you got Mr. Mark, and I did a monster truck for $10. I don't do a monster truck for $10. It's only at $100. So you know what? Oh, here we go. I just got a Solo Ford, $100. Quick entry. And not getting called out. You know why? Because I'm literally sitting there and refreshing.
Wait. It's all just come down as like a banner. Like you didn't have to refresh it.
That was Cash App. I just said Cash App.
Cash App, Dan. He's dumbass.
You need to put it on push instead of
you
fetch.
You have to refresh it.
Shut up.
You need to put it on push instead of fetch.
So you want, Mario, you want to get a call out real quick then? Then you give me the Cash App then. And also, it's Bubba the Love Sponge show. So if Bubba wants to stop him, Dr. Dan could literally be talking about a life-saving moment, and Bubba will interrupt him and say, oh, Mario, Vegas, $10! But if I do it, Bubba's going to look at me and go, are you an effing idiot? You're literally interrupting the doctor and the lawyer for $10 that you can't wait for? Are you that freaking moron? That's stupid. I am waiting the whole time. What do you mean? Fine. Hey, next time, Mario, if I do see it, I'll call it during the hot mic, and I won't repeat it.
That's what it is.
How about that, Mario? You want that?
I don't give you any power equipment. I can help you with your 80 houses. You're not in that good old boys network.
What are you talking about? What are you talking about?
I know how you act, man. I know how you act.
Oh, you do? You know how I act?
People that can do stuff for you, and then there's the stuff that's like Bubba Army, and you're not on that, man.
What are
you a man of the people? I don't know why
he's saying the big red.
He's saying you don't work hard enough.
He's saying that he's saying that you show favoritism.
You're right.
You show favoritism to the people that can build your house for you, like I do.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I use me and Big Mike. Me. I use Big Buck, and I use them all the time. I'm perfectly fine with Big Buck. Oh, let's see. Hierarchy 65. What do I get out of Hierarchy 65? I talk to him. I don't get any of that out of Hierarchy 65. John Coseca. Sorry, Mario, that you're so upset about me and our co-owner. Here we go. Oh, who he is on a Cash App, $28. Thank you. But what are you talking about? Big E7375. I have never gotten anything out of Big E7375.
While Lummy's in mid argument, he still won't miss a bit call out while he's in mid argument.
I literally called you out the minute you were on 199. I called you out yesterday, right when I had a time for it. You gave $25. I didn't wait. If you want it when you give it during the break, I won't repeat it then. Like, you try to call me out, and Solo 4 2018. I have a good relationship with him. I never use him. We see him. I talk to him all the time about football and check in with him. I don't use him at all. Home Mr. Garabo, I check in with him. He's in St. Louis gambling. I don't ever use him. What are you talking about? He's acting like, oh, if you don't help me. What? Because why do you use Uncle Eric and Big Red? Who are my friends? That are my friends?
Yeah,
what are you talking about?
You know what?
Dude,
Lummy.
Fish on Jay, $25. You never use them. We go fishing. We literally go fishing. I guess I use them to go down to a pond.
He's channeled his inner Danny like I've never seen. It's unbelievable.
Lummy, I think that this guy just I'm going to be honest with you. I just think that he's very sad that he wants to be that close to you, and he's not.
No,
he doesn't. He doesn't.
No.
It's fine. It's fine.
Anna, I love Anna. I love you. I love Red.
Okay, well, hold on now, Mario. Like Las Vegas Mario. Not that I know Lummy's on.
I've never met anyone who didn't like Lummy before.
I know he's dead last. Lummy's dead last. But rank your order of likeness on who. Not that it means anything, but like from the top to the bottom of who you like best on the show for whatever reason. You don't even have to give your explanations. Just go ahead and give us names.
Okay. So you're one, obviously. You're one.
Right.
Anna's 1A. I have to give her 1A.
That's pretty close. Yeah. Look at Lummy.
And then Dan's 2. Only because 2 is sometimes he goes off on these tangents, and I'm like, man, what is Dan talking about?
Sometimes sometimes he gets a little prickish too, doesn't he?
Hey, Mario, I have a question.
There's no rebuttal.
I have a question.
There's no rebuttal.
Okay, I just had a question.
What? What's your question?
That's all right. Forget it.
He's going to go over the top of that.
It's got a question. Well, for $200, would you make me number one?
Do protein shakes? Do protein shakes give you a tummy ache too?
Hold on, I'm not going to like the next. So it's Bubba, and then Anna 1A, then Dan 2. Okay.
And then Babyface 2A.
Better than me? Oh, man, this guy.
Oh, yeah.
You're not in there that much, though, bro. No,
I'm in there 4.5 hours a week. I'm actually much more than Brian. Thank
he's
you.
actually in here the same, if not
Lummy,
more
on
than
Team
Brian.
William Hunt, $20 on the Venmo. Brian from Philly, $10 on the Venmo. Matt Hockey, $25 on the Venmo.
There's my boys.
Mario, there's my point. Do you like it when I do it to you, or do I have a system that Bubba likes? And why for 4 years he hasn't taken that away from me?
Right now.
No, hold on, Mario.
No, I'm making my point. I own stuff. I'm sorry. Did I sit here and just stare and go, I don't like Mario. I'm not going to call out his bits. I'm not going to call out Cash when we're slow. Obviously, you can see when we're slow, it's better to call. But you know everything. I did it on purpose, Mario, because I just hate you. You are so right.
Somebody blow dart him immediately.
He needs a Zanny.
So listen.
Give him a full bar.
Here's the official ruling, Las Vegas Mario. I'm the judge of all this, and I've listened. I've listened to both sides, and I'm going to fairly judge this for what it is. Lummy does have a system, oddly enough. He really does, and he knows when
to $25 on the Venmo.
And he knows when to chime in and when not. And you just have your timing has been off a few different times. Lummy doesn't not say your stuff in lieu of saying hierarchies or things like that. He doesn't play favoritisms. He really doesn't. And more importantly, he strategically double dutches in when it makes sense, and he's pretty damn good at it. And he does have a little bit of a system. So
he's experienced.
I'm sorry. Okay. I'm sorry that you feel. Now continue your rankings before I let you go, and I got to go into words. Go ahead.
Okay. Yeah. Just my rankings is after that. It's who did I say? So Dan.
I was last.
Dan. It was Dan, then Jay. No, it was Dan, then Babyface.
Yep, and then Jay.
Then Jay.
And then Rhett. And then Macho Man.
Yep.
And then Lummy.
Yeah.
Little Purple Jersey, 38.97 for Barb.
For Barb. Bing, bing,
all right. Well, listen, Las Vegas Mario. Thanks for breaking it down, and thanks for
Thank you, Bubba, for taking the call.
I hope that we have a better understanding. Lummy does not play favorites. You got him completely tore up right now. He's going to have to go out back and get drunk, and But maybe that's good for the show.
I'll go with you.
But Las Vegas Mayor, I think you're putting way too much. I think you're putting way too much into it, my friend. I really do.
Maybe I am. Sorry, but like I said, that really just bugged me. It was 2 days I got scrolled, and I'm just like very. I guess maybe you know what? Maybe I was on edge. It was a bad time of the week.
Yeah, I mean we're all on edge right now. I mean Dan lives on the edge. He's on the edge at all times. I mean we don't even want Jay in here, but Jay just comes in here to make sure Dan doesn't screw up the last 35 minutes
just to clean it up
and ruin the Diaco empire.
Yeah.
What is it, Jay? You hold yourself to different decorum?
I hold myself to a higher decorum
than Dan.
That's a good.
All right, see you later, Mario. Trying to stick on the air, you linger.
Rick, 25 on the Cash App.
Damn, Lummy, there was a lot to unpack there. We didn't get into the trans stuff at all, but that's okay. I'd rather get into all that with Jay's participation.
That was pretty awesome rant.
Yeah, Lummy, that was epic.
As good as it gets, calling out bits in the middle.
Lummy, people don't realize you got a lot going on because you're not just sit here as the show historian and the keeper of the bits and the keeper of the money and the keeper of the chat spokesman. You're the chap union rep.
Trapper keeper.
But you also are in charge of recording the show, getting it. Each section of the show we send to Phoenix, and you're in charge of that. You're in charge of you and Rhett run BAR, Bubba Army Radio.
Yep.
I mean, there's so many other things.
He's like the Wizard of Oz, and he literally has 7 different electronics that he's monitoring.
Hoosier Brock, 25 on the Venmo.
Like people
Frank Saladino, 25 on the Venmo.
Lummy might do. I have to host the show, and I do some Facebook stuff and some I got a couple things that I do. And Rhett does the video and 2 or 3 other things, and Mach does the wiring and 2 or 3 or 4 other things. But Lummy is a co-host and does a whole bunch of things that people don't know about Lummy. You're far smarter than people think that you are.
Well, he also helps co-produce a lot in the sense of you're like, give me that.
Oh,
well,
yeah.
He's reading double chat. He's calling out bits.
I mean,
he's got to look up something on Google. He's got to forward you the right one. If he doesn't forward you the right one,
got to
he
father the goats.
We're constantly chatting back and forth too, doing stuff behind the scenes. People don't realize all the stuff that's going on.
You might be the most talented person.
I'm texting him stuff sometimes off the radio before I even get here. That's just like maybe something you may like, later in the week.
Talk about exhausted, Lummy. I get exhausted having the host of the show, but I mean, you're the glue that keeps this show together, buddy.
The minute you ask me for something, that's when I get nervous and start sweating.
Okay,
especially if I don't get it to you.
Okay, well, let's not talk about what you do wrong. Let's talk about how valuable
this is putting you over.
I know. Well, I don't need.
He's so conditioned not to be put over that when you put him over, he talks about some bad things that he does.
He's like that dog that won't take a compliment while his tail's still behind his legs.
Can you imagine like having a son and he hit a home run and you're like, son, you hit a home run. He was like, yeah, but my first at bat, I only got a single dad.
It's called learning.
The Bubba the Love Sponge Show.
The Bubba the Love Sponge Show.
And this is a hit town, and I'm a hit deputy doing a hit job in a hit jail.
Good morning, Jay.
How you doing, buddy?
How you doing? Well, Wilson, 20.
Yeah, sure. Is that what this is for?
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't really think I'm okay. We're doing alcohol.
Right over there.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we just went to break, so we'll be back in 6 minutes. It just means that everybody.
Dan, did you get your school picture taken?
Yes, I did, sir. The camera's still working.
Lummy, have
you had your school picture taken?
He's on the phone.
Mach and Rhett have to get them.
Okay, thanks.
Lummy, make sure Mach and Rhett gets pictures.
I think they're coming in now.
Scout wants her picture taken too.
Oh, she's
shot
getting it.
from all of you.
Who?
Just however you would normally stand.
Here.
However you would normally be. Oh my god.
Oh my god, he has the glasses on and everything.
Should I take them off, Donna?
No, I mean, Mom.
Not you, Jay.
Not you, Jay.
It's not all about you.
No, not you, Jay.
Now, hold on, Jay just turned it down. Hey, Jay just damned it up a little bit.
It sure did. Just assuming we're talking about.
Hold on. Hey, Jay just kind of damned it up, did he not?
I sure did. It's an assumption about him.
Automatically thought it was about him. That's your starting point. It's about me, and then how things adjust from thereafter.
Because how much attention span am I going to give it that point?
Right.
Yeah, bounce right deal. Just new chairs, actually.
Right. I got
Roasted.
No, Friday morning, yeah.
But no radio?
Yeah. What?
No radio? Like Friday early morning?
No. We're doing the best job.
This one I want you to do.
Midtown Boba. Let's get Bubba some Boba.
Huh?
Look at Macho.
He's fucking, he knew it was picture day
He's got the
today. He
jeans
wasn't
on?
fucking around. View menu. We should try this
Macho glasses
place.
on?
Yeah.
Earlier this morning.
Milk, cheese, fruit,
I made it above you, barely. I'm there. Whew. After 3.5 years.
You got the glasses on. You go ahead.
Buddy.
You're ready. You're more ready than I am.
Oh, wow.
So you're gonna stick right I'll probably just.
Make
There's
it a
3.5 minutes left. So
You gotta give him a flex, man.
Like
You need to flex it out definitely somewhere in the arm.
25.
Wow.
Running off.
Oh my god, that's hilarious.
Yeah, average Joe. Average Joe, 25.
Like that. Towards the left.
She was gonna be in the picture.
Your dog can't stand being away from you.
He knows you're here.
If I didn't think she'd urinate herself, I'd go over there and I'd calm her. But I'm not a calming factor to your dog,
she's losing
unfortunately.
her shit. She just doesn't like being by herself.
Just hates me too.
She doesn't like two people here.
Me and you?
No, Jay and Babyface.
Oh really? It's twice I'm like below
I'm not gonna
Babyface.
that bitch. She hates Babyface.
Honestly, it's the only dog I can think of in like 20 years that doesn't like me. I'm a dog guy and a baby dog. Babies and dogs love me. Always. I think there was something to the glasses and the hat the first time. Because when I turned the hat backwards and took off the glasses, she was much better with me. She only needed a little bit.
Look towards the camera.
Well, Dan barked at her on Monday.
How did she take that? Did she like it or did she run?
I think she beat.
I need to practice closing for her.
Yeah.
I think you
She
scared her.
fucking
She was happy to
pissed
see
all
him.
over the place.
$50. That looks a little legit.
Yeah, it works.
So while you're doing all this, what's the most recent track on the hurricane, Lummy? Looks like it's a little bit west still.
Yeah, I don't think we're gonna get much.
Oh,
You're gonna
wow.
move your cars.
We gotta try
Hey,
this place.
So what I said, because
Uh,
they're doing it now in Mono.
I bet it's super expensive.
I just looked.
Ooh, maybe
Yeah,
not.
yeah, we're doing mono.
Okay.
That's fine, but when I mix it down, it's stereo.
Milk tea.
No, I know, you were just asking.
Add
I was wondering somewhere, sir. I think you said they were all Mono or somewhere.
We started doing it mono to save some time and space.
I know.
Because
Remember when?
we switched over to.
We'll get you in the next break. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was saying, because you said something. I see why.
I mean, we're gonna send the best.
No, I was just telling him that
Right.
next break.
A yes is work. A yes is more work.
Either way.
Yeah,
No, you're done.
exactly. A no is easy.
Right.
Same as three.
Right. I understand.
I just, because you were.
Hey, Bob, I think tomorrow's probably off.
Why.
No.
But now I know why. Because
It is,
Right.
but next break I'll get you.
Okay,
Next
but
break
I
I'll
think
get
it's
you.
just because of every buildings are all shut down.
I know, but next break it's me and you.
Okay, that's fine,
I just told Dan the deal. But I thought you knew about it.
If there's an email in the last 10 hours, I have not checked my
Okay,
email this morning.
then I'll tell it to you, okay?
Oh yeah, I can look my email right now too. I'm trying to not look at email all night long.
All
Wait
night
for a better
Is that your new game?
All night.
Tell you that.
It's kind of cool. Gotta get two different ones.
I mean, what level are you on Monopoly?
I'm only at 93. I picked up this other game.
Oh, is it better than Monopoly?
No. But I got kind of addicted to it, and so I stopped playing Monopoly for a little bit.
Well, I was addicted to my Formula One game, but then it got too old and they turned the server off on me. Yeah. And because I was like, I had the fastest car every fucking, I'd win every race. I looked like Dan out there. I spent like $200 over the lifetime of the race, and I got like the best of everything, and I could just win. I started to
What the hell are you doing?
Strap yourself in. The emotional roller coaster is about to start.
We will give nothing back to the academic community, as well as provide no public service of any kind.
I promise you. Now back to the Bubba the Love Sponge show.
Today's after show will be exactly at 10:30. It'll be on Twitch. We only do Tuesdays on Twitch. That's it. Yes, we established ourselves digitally there, and then they got woke ass. They just became some woke ass little bitches, and threw us off the air a couple different times. And like, we'll reinvent ourselves. So we're YouTube Willies, we're Rumbles, Bubba Army Radio. And let me the Venmo, PayPal, Cash App. That's turned into like just a whole ecosystem in itself. That's really the most efficient way to fund the show right there.
Oh, yeah.
PayPal, Venmo, and Cash App. And Lummy, God forbid you don't call out their amount fast enough.
Average Joe, 25.
You got a guy in Las Vegas that's got a pie chart on how often, like a whole big statistic sheet on how fast you have called bits out and who you play favoritisms to and who can lay brick for you on the weekend and who cannot. He's got it all figured out, Lummy.
Yep.
It's a conspiracy,
It is.
if you will. Jesus, what's everybody calling me for? I got so many things to talk about. I got this trans thing to talk about. I got to have a special meeting with Jay, the next stop set. Dana, you'll probably leave. Today's school.
Yeah, I got to see people for a few hours before we let everyone go early.
Today is our school picture day. We got our buddy Ian here that's taking pictures of us for the new Bubba Army, BubbaArmyRadio.com site, Lummy. And I think we're going to also use some of these pictures like for some show stuff. Like, we don't have a group photo of all of us. So, we need that, right?
Should we take one during the next break?
Hello.
Doing like playing Twister.
Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Hey, this is RJ from Brevard County.
A group picture? You mean our group shot would be us playing Twister?
Yeah, like all like tangled up together in one big knot.
You are so...
God,
oh, my God.
Yeah.
With clothes on, I hope.
Or naked.
Dan wants to do it in Speedos.
Of course he does.
Can you hear the disgust in Jay's voice?
I know. It's so sad.
Because that used to be a joke when he was a kid, when he would be in a bar. He's like, you guys want to go play games? Baby oil Twister?
None of his tricks have really changed much, Jay. He's got a bag.
Over at 95.
Hello, who's this?
This is RJ.
Yeah, what are you doing, RJ? What do you got for me?
Well, just following up with those tickets for the Nationals this weekend. It's my birthday this weekend. I brought my wife up, and we thought we was going out to see the races with you.
Did I award you tickets that day?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. The tickets are for one day. So you pick what day. I would pick Sunday or Saturday. Saturday or Sunday would be the day I pick. So I've sent.
So it don't matter either way.
I've sent your information to my NHRA guy, so he'll be emailing you probably here soon in the next day or so for you to to give you instructions on how to get your tickets.
Okay, cool.
Okay, bud.
I appreciate it.
I'll see you this weekend in Indy, buddy. Thank you. The U.S. Nationals. I'll be there on behalf of Skag and Fatheads. And Lummy, I got me a $2 million American Eagle Heritage 43-inch triple slide-out coach.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I'll be hanging out with my boy Randy from Skag. Hello.
Hey, Tampa Terry here, calling from Muscle Beach, Nova Scotia, Canada.
Yeah, what do you want?
Well, hey, brother, a lot of people up here are fans of Reginald Roundtree, brother. I was wondering if Reggie Roundtree's ever coming back on the show for a little check-in, Willie.
If I did something with Reggie, I wouldn't do it via phone. I'd just have Reggie come in and sit on a show,
Oh, that'd be great.
Yeah. So, like maybe on a Wednesday or something like that, have Reggie come in for a few hours. I think that would be kind of cool.
Yeah, if you ever have to let Lummox go because of his unprofessional outbursts of rage, Reggie Roundtree could even fill
No,
Muhammad's chair.
Lummy's last. First of all, listen, for all you people out there, let's just go ahead and get this real straight right now, okay? And since I got your dumb ass on here trying to stir things up.
Yeah, why don't you put out those fires?
Yeah, but let me just tell you how things work around here. The last person, one of the very last people to go around here, I'm not going to rank on what order somebody will be fired from here. I think it's pretty self-explanatory who goes first and who goes last. And I got to tell you, Lummy's last.
Oh, thank you, Bubba.
Lummy and Macho Man, because Macho Man could keep me on the air. So, pretty much goes like, Lummy, Macho Man, and then Rhett's very technical. So that's like my bottom three. So then
wait. You'd fire Anna before Rhett? Come on.
I don't know.
He said he wasn't going to rank them.
Yeah, I'm not going to rank them.
Okay.
All right? Don't make me rank.
I'm just happy to be slightly above Brian Matroni.
Oh, yeah, Brian's one of the first to go, too. Brian might be the first. Yeah, I think, there you go. Anna, at least,
Brian's a volunteer.
Anna, at least you're not.
All of us volunteers
Anna,
first.
at least you're not first.
I think I am.
No, you're not.
As an employed person.
Anyway, Tampa Terry, see you later. Great topic.
Ouch.
No.
Where did he get us?
So here's the deal. No.
Ouch, my heart.
The first to go would be Brian.
Brian doesn't work here. He's a volunteer.
If we're talking about paid employees,
yeah.
All I'm going to say, I'm only going to make one statement. If we're talking about paid employees, then probably Lummy's the last. And then I just get Macho Man if I could just pay him part-time to sign us up when we have wire-in problems. And then I have the Rhett Anna choice, which at that point I don't think I should really say.
Because it's me.
Because I can keep you guys both,
Cut me loose first, huh? It's okay.
I didn't say that.
It's all right, last.
Dan, did I say that?
Doesn't get invited.
Not at
to
all.
stuff.
He did not. Nope. He did not say that at all.
No.
Anna, don't be hypersensitive. God, you're so sensitive.
Don't be.
Shut the hell up. You're the most petty person ever.
Don't be a hypochondriac. You are the biggest hypochondriac on the show by far.
Hypochondriac? What does that have to do with sickness?
Feeling like the feeling of doubt or insecure or things like that comes very natural for you.
Well, yes, of course.
All right, so I can say that you're not.
She's already secure in the show.
But here's the thing: it's in conjunction with reality because you just said that I'm the first to go.
No, I didn't.
Brian's the first.
I said
Brian's the first.
I said amongst paid employees, the only answer I'm going to give is Lummy is last.
And then you said Macho Man part-time.
That's it. And then I stopped.
And then you stopped yourself.
Then I stopped.
It's cool.
So then I stopped.
Ouch.
So, I mean, what if you're a header rat?
Probably not.
How do you know?
Because you said it. You let it slip. You go, well, those are my bottom three. So guess who's floating at the top by herself? Away with Idalia or whatever the heck this hurricane's called.
You're upset with Idalia.
But here's the deal. We're never going to be faced with those circumstances.
Yeah.
No, for real. Like, I'm not going to ever be in a situation where I have to, have a big team meeting, Tom Bean and the Diacos and Mark Tate and all my, listen, guys, I got to, listen,
you gotta make a decision.
I can only pay one. I can only pay either Rhett or Anna.
Well, Bubba, Rhett will eat eel.
That's true.
Dan, you just damned yourself in some doucheness. Thank God.
Damo.
Damo, you don't have to.
Dano.
You don't have to Dan it up every time, buddy. So anyway.
No, it's cool. But just know that I'll come back with the, Bubba hates Jews card. I have to play that card then. He hates Jewish women that are vegetarians. Immigrants.
Vegetarians?
Everybody be quiet. I'd like for her to say it clean. Go ahead and say with the two things that you're coming back at me with. Go ahead. No interruptions. I want to get clean audio. Go ahead.
I'll be coming back with the Bubba hates Jewish women vegetarian immigrant card.
And then what
so
else?
Get ready.
And then hold on, and then tell me the other things you're going to come out with. Just
that you hate atheists.
Okay, and what else?
People that intermittent fast.
Okay. Did I ever touch you aggressively? Did I ever sexually molest you?
You've tried to wrist lock me before.
Okay, wrist lock. We'll put that down.
And you tried to choke him out.
And anything else? Like any other anything?
You told me to do
anything? Any other physical inappropriations?
Maybe like the whizzer. But nothing sexual.
But right.
Yeah, never.
Okay.
Never anything
Perfect.
sexual.
I got that all on tape. Jay, there you go.
I heard it.
She admitted to what she was going to. She basically admitted, Your Honor, she got on the air and said exactly what she was going to say about us, Your Honor.
A year
and then,
before
Your
she
Honor,
did it.
then, Your Honor, I asked her, have I been sexually inappropriate with her? And she's like, maybe just a whizzer. And listen, Your Honor, you know what whizzer ain't nothing. Let me show it to you.
It hurts.
And so I think at this point that gets thrown out.
I'm with you.
And I didn't have anybody talking over her, nothing. Your own free will. We're okay, yeah. We got to cover our ass. So anyway, Anna sent this thing, and this is on Twitter, and it's called End Wokeism. And
just some account that posted this.
Right, and it's the first. I know Anna said it's only 2 parts, but I kind of wanted to hear this part because it's the same. It's the same mother.
Is it?
I think so. I think it's of the same story. I think. And is this Hoda? Is this
Hoda?
Hoda from NBC.
I forget which network it is.
The morning show. Yeah.
Blend.
Right, so
whatever
It's ridiculous to have a kid at age 12, 13, 14 deciding whether they want to have biological children. When
See, Hoda knows.
Well, I think this is like from years ago.
All right, hold on.
I could be
20,
wrong.
30, or 40. I mean,
well, they make the decision to kill themselves at 12 and 13.
Oh, yeah, no.
That's a pretty powerful decision. We take an oath. First, do no harm. If doing nothing is doing harm, you have to do something.
See, Anna, you know what? You can take a step back right now, bitch. I'm about to get yours and say that I was dead on. This is a continuation of the story we were watching earlier. Yes, I was right, and you were wrong.
Give me the camera. Turn it around. Sorry, I was wrong.
Let me snatch it from
FTG.
Let me snatch it from your hand, smash you in the face, and you know what? And then I'm going to take your phone, delete a bunch of stuff off, make you sit outside for 10 minutes. I'll get it back to you, and guess what? I will be in jail when the cops come. They're not going to let me off of that one.
to me, it seems ridiculous to have a kid at age 12, 13, 14 deciding whether they want to have biological children when they're 20, 30, or 40.
You know what? Perfect. It is ridiculous to assume that. Hoda represents what the average responsibly minded parent thinks in America. Hoda represents that thinking. What do the snowflake and woke ass stupid people think? This.
I mean,
well, they make the decision to kill themselves at 12 and 13. That's a pretty powerful decision. We take an oath. First,
they what they do is they take.
That's a good spin.
They take this. Okay, well, if you don't let them do that, and we don't make them change their gender, then statistically it shows that they want to kill themselves. When really we don't even really know those statistics. What those statistics are. Whether they killed themselves because they couldn't do it, or they killed themselves because they did it, or they killed themselves because they're being pressured into it, or they killed themselves because they don't really like the person that they are, or we don't know why they killed themselves.
Well, one of the biggest hypocrisies of this whole movement is that they're all about non-binary choices, and yet they give us a binary choice. Either you support it or you hate us. And it's just like there's a lot of nuance between either you support it or you don't.
And here's the deal.
Hate doesn't have to be involved in it. You can think that a child needs permission to get a piercing. A child needs permission to get a tattoo. A child needs permission to buy cigarettes. They need a driver's license. But we're not going to give them permission to do a double mastectomy or take, puberty blockers. And you remember 20 years ago when the crazy conservative was like, oh, my God, they want to chemically castrate prisoners and pedophiles. The same chemical they were talking about using to castrate, chemically castrate.
I was kind of for that.
Pedophiles. That's what they're using on children before puberty now.
But I'm all about, man. Like if you've been caught raping like a 5-year-old, and I'm all about making you do your time. And when you walk out of prison, you no longer have the your testicles.
Well, now you're no longer a sexual predator. Now you're a sexually attracted person. They don't even call you a pedophile, so you're a sexually attracted person. Instead of chemically castrating that person who's been convicted of a sex crime on a child, they're now saying that it's okay to use that same blocker to inhibit puberty on a child.
On a person that's not being punished for a sexual
act. I can convince a child of anything.
Las Vegas Mario, $20 on the Venmo.
Lummy went way over the top on the deal, too. And your megaphone, you might as well go monster truck, too, Lummy. Go ahead.
Las Vegas Mario, $20 on the Venmo.
Oh, yeah. Well, that might even have a horn, you little bitch, Mario. Looks like the timer ain't working on the horn. Oh, now Mario's going to call up and be like, listen, I didn't get a full train horn. I got a fleeting train horn. I got a horn that was running out of pressure on a measly $20 bill.
I mean,
well, they make the decision to kill themselves at 12 and 13.
Really?
Who's this woman? Is she the doctor or the
This is
mom?
Karen. This is Karen.
It's
Is what
Dr.
this
Karen
is.
with
This
PhD.
is Dr. PH Karen.
We take an oath. First, do
Karen, the snowflake Karen.
no harm. If doing nothing is doing harm, you have to do something.
Karen woke
to me, it seems
ass.
ridiculous
All right,
to
hold
have
on.
a.
And then you go.
So we're gonna go up to the next one. Yeah, we're gonna go
This
up the
one made me
we're gonna go up the
almost
ladder because this is the progression of the story. So this is a boy.
Chromosomally.
Okay.
Chromosomally.
So this
And look at his mom.
This human being right here. Let's see if we say this right. This human being right here.
It's a genetic XY.
Was born. Came out of its mother as a boy.
Right.
That's all we got to say.
My son at
chromosome
that
is
age didn't
XY.
want to sit on my lap.
And so this mother here comes from the school of thought that I don't even take it as that. Not only is it cool, I'm persuading you. I'm kind of forcing you to do this. I'm living vicariously through you. I want
or being influenced by the doctor, because that's the doctor that we just heard in the last clip is the doctor.
And TikTok and society has become a fad.
Right, here we go.
The doctor who's
Dr.
dealing with
Wilson
this.
had a decision.
You are in the perfect place to start on blockers.
And she promises to begin giving her estrogen, female hormone.
So Dan, hold on.
Oh my
Dan,
God,
hold on, Dan. You.
Oh my God.
You, Dan.
Yes.
It's been very. I'm not trying to make anybody mad or make Jay nervous or Steve come unglued. And so please, please don't be mad at me on telling the truth.
Okay.
But because you have not followed the Pfizer, big farm / U.S. government COVID treatment regimen. You've not been a big believer on doing it by WHO standards. You, as a doctor, have taken liberties to use other effective drugs to successfully treat COVID. And there has been a very, very, very sketchy, nervous, damn near freaked out part of your family because the Board of Medicine has contacted you and leaned on you a little bit because of your unconventional stance on how you treat COVID. Am I not right?
Correct.
But meanwhile, nobody, no regulation board, nobody is this bitch, this crazy bitch right here. Hold on. That's advising this woman.
Either do it or they're going to commit suicide.
Hold on.
You are in the
Nobody's regulating. Who is regulating this? Dan, I know who you're regulated by,
Right.
and you damn near lost your regulation just on a couple dewormers. This bitch, this bitch right here, does she not held accountable?
There's going to be medical malpractice actions, I predict, over the years that are going to be coming where people want to reverse it, and they're going to say, but you, like you said, they're relying on her, Dr. Karen, to tell you what to do. And
Jay, who's not a doctor,
and you
is
find out
answering
after
Dan, the
they've been in
doctor's
school.
Dan's gonna kill you. Dan's gonna get him in smash.
Dr. J, I believe it was for Dr.
Dan
J.
is warming up his right fist right
Go
now.
ahead,
There's a
Dan.
mash
Now
can in
you
the mouth.
finish it.
For those scoring at home,
That was Dr. J.
so
Sorry.
rudely answered a doctor question.
You do that
now,
sometimes for him.
Hold on now.
But he's
now,
a lawyer.
Hold on. Let me just tell you, I gotta score it for my boyfriend here, because if this was a question directed to Jay about a legal deal and Dan would have chimed in, Jay would have come unglued. Would you not, Danny?
Yeah. I'd be texting him
Absolutely.
right now.
Dan actually laid back. All my brothers taking charge, messing up
Even though
my
you
deal.
were addressed with the question.
Was perturbed by it, but took it like a man. Good job, Danny.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dan.
Danny,
I'm sorry. I was trying to turn it into a legal issue
Dan,
and
the
make it about me.
doctor.
Sorry.
Dan, the doctor. Could you answer the question, please? Thank you.
There's several parts to this answer. First of all, it's really state dependent. Some states are making it easy to give gender changing, altering medications or therapies. Other states are making it illegal to do that before a certain age. The second thing I want to talk about is the actual what you're doing to this person. So you're taking a person that's confused and you're starting to really eliminate options in the future. And so by doing a mastectomy or doing a castration or doing an actual genitalia altering operation or doing puberty blockers.
What's the operation called when you banana split your wiener into a vagina? Like, what's that called?
Vaginoplasty.
Vaginoplasty, okay.
Yeah, doing a vaginoplasty or a phalloplasty when you make a penis.
Okay,
I mean, doing those operations you can't reverse them. And once you start this process, you're almost guaranteeing you're going to be sterile. So even though you may be unsure of your gender identity, you're going to almost certainly guarantee your sterility.
Your ability not to reproduce.
And so you were going to now become a genetic cul-de-sac, and you will not pass your genetic material on to the next generation. So that means that your fitness is actually zero. So when they talk about survival, of the fittest, it's not who's king of the mountain. It's who passes their gene more efficiently to the next generation.
I got a vasectomy. Looks like I'm not doing so swell.
Well, you got one. You got one. You passed your genes.
Yeah, you didn't like
on
me
to the next
though.
generation. But if he has a kid, then again, you were successful as a human, and so by preventing yourself from. By preventing
I'm
yourself.
still on the success fence of human beings right now. So sorry.
We're just talking about the genetic.
When I get my IRS debt paid off, man, I'm certainly killing it.
But as an animal, as a human animal, you've been successful.
As a species.
As a species, you've contributed to our greater
the success of our species.
Success
as a reproductive entity.
Even if Tyler wouldn't have another kid, I did my part. I had a kid.
Your part, yeah. It's his problem now.
There you go. Honest, meanwhile, I'm going to fail. She's not going to have no kid.
She's a genetic cul-de-sac. Exactly.
Hold on, let's hear this Karen bitch talk.
Perfect place to start on blockers.
And she promises to begin giving her estrogen, female hormones.
Oh, this makes
sense. 80% of these kids change their mind.
And this
is unnecessary to do this right now. This is totally unnecessary.
This poor little boy.
Does he look confident?
I'm gonna play the next clip, but it's like oh my God.
Play it the rest of it.
And I think these doctors that are encouraging this at such a young age are monsters.
You haven't even
I
seen.
think they are dangerous. I think they should all be thrown in jail.
You haven't even seen the one clip that'll make you cry.
We had Elf on the Shelf at this point my kids was believing in.
Here we go.
That's what I think. Yes, you're not going to develop breast buds on the blockers, but you're not going to wait until 16 to start. You know that, okay?
Josie received the blockers as an implant in her arm.
It's okay if you
What?
cry. Yeah.
So with all the bravery she could muster,
You're going to feel a little bit of a...
Josie held on tight as another chapter opened in this young girl's life.
That's a little boy.
Oh my God, my heart's breaking.
Closing up the skin.
They're putting poison in his body.
Destroyed his boyhood.
They're poisoning his
She
testosterone.
should be in jail.
They just ruined a kid.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Had this happened just 20 years ago,
Thank you.
I wouldn't have been able to give her blockers, and she would have had to go through male puberty. That terrifies me.
It's all done. Do you want a hug?
I don't know that.
Again, who wants it? The mom or the kids?
The mom.
She would have
It's
survived.
Munchausen by proxy. It's Munchausen by proxy.
It is very.
It's sexual Munchausen by proxy.
Yeah, but this is very much is.
Let's see this story in 10 years.
So watch on. Here we go.
The video is very telling.
This last is the. This
of
is
just
the
confusion.
This is the last section. This is the last piece of this particular family. Or this mom and this daughter, daughter.
Estrogen treatment is irreversible and would make Josie sterile. But Josie and her
again, right back to what Dan said.
mother never doubted it was the right thing until an unexpected conversation happened one afternoon.
So listen to this. This just makes me want to absolutely cry.
But on the inside, where nobody else can see,
Yeah.
are you a boy or are you a girl?
Maybe I'm a boy inside and a girl outside.
Really?
Hold on. Let me just play that again. This is what the kid thinks. And his mom, her mom, said, without no right or wrong answers, nobody watching, like, what do you truly feel inside of you? What do you feel? Without worried about, I think she mentioned a couple people's names, without worried about what they think. What do you think?
Inside and a girl outside.
Really?
She thinks she's a boy inside. So if you only identify by what you are on the inside, correct?
Yes, children are confused about so many issues in life. It's called adolescence and puberty. It's one of the most difficult times in a child's development. I'm going through it right now with a 16-year-old boy that's becoming a man. And and a child that's this age. That this is, for me, like you said, this to me is bordering on child abuse, and it makes me want to cry that someone would do that. That's a boy right there. That kid, literally, an athlete.
Should have the cops in like child services asking this bitch some questions.
That kid's tall, thin, and athletic. He could probably be a superstar in some sport at that age, because not all kids look like that at that age.
And attractive.
Hold on.
And I'm curious as to the marital situation of the so-called mom.
May have been,
and so you wonder, is like, people are like, well, if we keep promoting same-sex couples having adoptions, is there a higher incidence now of transgender conversions amongst those people? Because are they grooming these kids to think that they are something that they are not?
Maybe. It's certainly not under
Is it something
the
that should be
normal,
looked at? Is it something that should be considered?
It's not parenting that we're familiar with.
It's not. It's a whole new world.
And we're not saying that it's right or wrong. It's just that we're not familiar with it.
We don't know anything about this. Do we even know? And should we know if we're promoting this, allowing this, accepting this?
Right, here we go. Give the mom the benefit of the doubt for a second, even though I don't want to. The doctor's telling her what to do.
Yeah. Right.
You know what I mean? And so let's say she had different opinions like we do. This doctor's pushing something on her.
All right, here we go.
You're a girl. Maybe I'm a boy inside and a girl outside.
Oh my God.
Really?
Yeah, is that true?
Only you know the answer to that. So
no, only you have the one that's only you, mother, have controlled this. You didn't let this organically play itself out. You didn't let this person, this little boy, figure it out himself.
So,
you didn't let him figure it out himself. Right. You didn't let this little boy frolic around as a little boy, but maybe found himself, maybe a little feminine and liking girl stuff more, and maybe wanting to be a girl that he figured out on his own. You kind of, and the doctor kind of persuaded this. It's almost like your beliefs are living vicariously through this human being.
We've spoken about this before. The thing is if a child's going through these issues, I believe the discussion that would be right for me would not be, oh, you're not this or you're not that. It's let's continue to see how you feel when you're 18 years old.
Right.
My son wants a tattoo. He's not getting a tattoo.
What does he want?
He wants a Roman numeral 3 on his chest. On it right here, just a Roman numeral. I said a couple things. I said, number one, I don't care if you're 18.
Is he 18?
No, he's not. I said, I don't care when you're 18.
You're
not getting it now. But let's see what he feels like when he's 18.
But when he's 18,
he can make that decision as an adult.
Right.
And so I would not let him make a decision more than a freaking tattoo with 3 lines on his chest.
I actually think the only... Dan, you don't have a tattoo, do you?
Nope.
Jay, you don't.
I do. I have it low down. I have it on my thigh.
Oh, you do?
Got 2 of them.
Mm-hmm.
And Steve's got a couple.
A couple. I have a surfboard. This is God Giveth Waves on it, and I have and I have a sun above it.
And Steve has a picture of Krista on his back.
Or libertad, or liberté.
Steve has a word on his arm he can't pronounce.
Exactly.
No, Steve has a lifelike figure of Krista on his back.
That's right. One tattoo is Krista.
Yeah, it's life size. It's like 3 inches tall.
You wanted to
You're lucky he doesn't get up early and listen.
He doesn't listen. Yeah. Would you tell me?
Hold on, you got to hear this part.
Oh, God.
You have to hear this part. This is very important. We got to stop.
Well, if you wanted to grow up to be a man, would you tell me?
Yeah.
Hey, if you wanted to grow up...
She said no.
She said yeah.
Yeah.
Up and be a man, you could.
I want to be... Sometimes I think I'm a boy, sort of, but I want to be a girl.
Yeah.
Would you love me if I'm a boy?
Of course.
Whoa.
I would love...
What'd she say?
Would you love me if I was a boy?
Because she's been grooming her to be a girl for years.
Would you still love me?
You don't bring that question up to your mom if you don't feel otherwise inside.
Right.
Right?
Yeah, so this is the unfilteredness of a child that speaks their mind.
They should play this for every senator and congressman in every state that's going to allow gender surgery under the age of 18.
This would be Exhibit 1 in my med mal case.
Sometimes I think I'm a boy, sort of, but I want to be a girl.
Yeah.
Will you love me if I'm a boy?
Of course. I would love you no matter what. I always have.
Even though I'm the one that's done all this.
Always will.
It was the first time Vanessa ever heard Josie sound uncertain.
Yeah, well.
That's the first time she asked.
Yes, yeah.
Yikes.
Yeah. All right, I got to go to words when we come back. This man is transitioning
He's back for more.
to be a woman.
This is a troll job.
And he or she is a teacher.
Shop teacher.
I'll say he.
Is this the shop teacher that keeps reappearing?
Yes, she's back.
Yeah, the Canadian shop teacher.
And then he got
and she just
busted
won't give it
walking
up.
through-
She got hired by a different school.
We'll talk
I
about
wish
that
her
when we
hair
get
would
home.
get caught in the lathe.
1, 2, 3.
The audio torture never stops. The Bubba the Love Sponge Show.
I gotta tell you this.
Come with you.
Ian, when do you need me?
Whenever you're ready.
All right, how about next break?
Sounds good.
All right,
That's
how I feel today.
Yeah. Do you live in this area?
Yeah, I live in East Tampa, like Temple Terrace.
Okay.
Yeah, I've just been traveling a lot for work.
Mm-hmm. Where you been going?
I was in Atlanta for a shoot. I gotta go to Chicago in a couple weeks for a shoot. So, kind of all over.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know Bubba. I know Tom Bean.
Okay.
I've known him since I was born. He's my dad's best friend.
Oh, okay.
So my dad is a business partner with him. Tom hit me up. He's like, hey, are you free Tuesday? I'm like, sure.
How much Domino's pizza did you eat?
Too much. It's just so much. Well, I have so many friends who are like, we can get free pizza. I'm like, I'll give you free pizza anytime. I don't want to do.
Yeah.
I'm so tired of pizza.
You're secretly eating Jets. It's
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
That's better.
Not Domino's. All right.
You have your picture taken, Matt? Or you doing it now?
Hopefully you can hit me in post, maybe not look all shitty.
Make sure you get the socks with the slides.
Oh, no, just chest up. You got it.
Go ahead and step up to this little.
Can I grab the dog for one at the end?
Yeah.
Sure. Well, he said we're doing like action shots.
I got it. I agree.
I don't have anything else.
All about it.
She's gonna go
Turn just a
up
little
baby.
bit this way. Yep, just like that. Here. We're gonna do
Some chat. We're gonna talk about the teacher with the big old knocks.
Let me get you to look off that way. Smile that way. I know it's weird, but and the other way. Let me get you to stand just like this.
What's up, Bama boy? Julio Joel, what's your idea?
I just want you looking down, and when I say action, just look up at the camera. You can be serious. Okay? And action.
Hidden Florida. Bitch, who do you love? Barbie themed group photo. What the fuck? We gonna do that in 5 minutes? Come on now.
324.
And a bitch ain't one. Ooh, what you got there? Some t-shirts?
Well, I figured I probably should.
Get one?
And rather than wear a T-shirt, shouldn't I wear like a collared deal? Maybe?
Oh, yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah.
You can wear whatever you want.
Are you taking it off? Take it off.
No. Is my hair fucked up or is my
No, your hair looks
my
good.
hair my headphones fucking?
No.
It's school. It's school picture day.
It is. It's
Picture day. I try to not make it feel that school like. I could sit y'all on a stool.
Oh yeah.
Make you feel
Going like
good.
this.
Yeah.
We got all sorts of animals.
Me too.
Thank you, silly redneck. I decided to wash my fur. What you eating, Bubs? Ice?
Ice.
Oh, good girl. Good girl. She's so good. Oh, stop. It's not Jay.
I smell Tico's outside.
It's the hat.
outside.
Yeah, it's the hat.
Oh, she thinks you're
Tico's
Jay.
trying to get in.
She hates Jay.
She fucking hates Jay.
And I'm about to hate her back, little fucker. But watch this though. The hat off with the glasses off.
Let's see if she thinks it's Dan.
Hi.
She knows.
Come here, little baby. I'm a dog lover, and you're a human hater.
Human hater.
Jay hater.
Hey, look, you can smell. I'm not gonna do anything. I'm not gonna do anything.
She goes, that's on Dan.
She, look at that face.
Yeah. She hates Dan.
I swear to God, it's the only
Now
dog
let's
I
see how
fucking
she
hate
feels
that.
about
I hate that dog. Fucking dog.
Oh, but that dog loves me. You should see me. Like, watch
Like
this one.
babies that hate human beings.
Watch this
love
one.
me. Babies and dogs love me.
Watch this one. Watch this
Oh,
one.
I'm so jealous.
Watch this one.
Oh, my
Scout!
God.
Oh, we're making
Hold on, let
out.
me see. Let's just hold on.
Sorry.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Come here. Hey, come sit down. It's me. Hey, it's me. Yeah, but hey, come here. It's Bubba.
Get that greasy Italian away from me.
Yeah, oh, that's my
Like
man.
this,
I just had to
Girl.
get sniffed.
Bubba.
I had to get sniffed.
Oh hi, buddy. Hi. Hi. Oh hi. Oh.
No. Oh, come here, baby.
You have 32
Yeah,
seconds.
my baby.
30 seconds, rearrange.
Watch, she'll even let me pick her up.
Fucker.
Watch, kiss her.
She's gonna piss all over. She's pissing on you.
Let me hold her now. I'm so afraid of her. I wouldn't.
She's gonna piss all
She
over
like
Jay.
bite my face off like a monkey.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
She genuinely does. Even if we try to fuck with, like, even if we try
I can't
to,
even sneak up on your love.
even if you try to come in on my love.
She knows.
I need to flutter. I wait.
Alright. Well, we're gonna have to break
The following presentation has been closed captioned.
Great visual. I'll make sure of that.
Welcome to the revolution.
It's a remarkable achievement.
His perception becomes your reality.
Check this out.
Bubba the Love Sponge.
Today is school picture day. I'm taking pictures for the all-new BubbaArmyRadio.com site. And I think I might be the last one.
Oh, yeah.
So I'll do it next break. And so Rhett was in here, and of course, as a rib, we had to get an individual picture of him with the dog. And,
Weenie.
and
The real star.
Like the dog has it has its certain people that it likes here. It loves me. It loves Anna. I think that's its first two loves.
Yeah, it's pretty much that, but
Maybe
reverse
it's
order.
it's only loves.
But it really doesn't like Dan too much. But it hates Jay.
Hey!
It absolutely, and we just tried to trick it where I come in and it smells me and it knew it was me, then it comes up, and then Jay comes over my shoulder to try to pet it, and I kind of try to squeeze out, and Jay and then it takes like 3 sniffs, like, then it goes like it knows. Jay, I don't know. Maybe it's just the pheromone that you release or something. I don't know.
Too much alpha dog over here.
Or maybe
it's beta.
Maybe it's your dog.
Yeah, that
You know
could
what?
be
He
it.
probably smells your dog.
It could be.
What about Bella?
But
It doesn't like Bella?
no,
I don't know. I'm just
I think
wondering.
it loves
Bella loves me. Oh, you mean Bella loves me?
No, because
No.
the
I got
scent
along
of
with
Bella on Bubba is what I'm saying.
No, I think maybe she's okay.
Is
So
she
let
a
me-
girl too? So maybe the girl, she likes girls and she doesn't like the boys?
Yeah, most dogs are
Okay,
lesbian.
that makes sense. It
Most
doesn't like me
dogs
because
are
I'm an alpha dog.
lesbians.
I mean, think about it. I mean,
What?
all dogs are a little homophobic. I mean, let me.
What?
I mean, all dogs are a little homosexual, and the fact that the
They
first
sniff
thing they
all the
do, they
time.
go right to the genitalia, regardless. I mean, if you're a boy dog and you're meeting a boy dog, what do? You sniff his balls and
His butt.
and his ass, and he sniffs your balls and your ass, and then you make a determination from there.
I'm just like a
Do I
if
like
you're-
this sniff or
and
not?
if you're two girl dogs, you sniff my ass and I sniff your ass. And then we kind of determine whether we're going to be friends or not. But it all starts out just like our handshaking is dogs' ass sniffings.
There is absolutely no doubt about that.
They go right for the ass.
Don't you judge somebody as soon as they shake your hand, fish or no fish. What you mean?
Yeah.
I told my son recently, don't judge a book by its cover forever.
Judge a man by his handshake.
But you got to judge everybody by the first impression they give you, because that's the intentional impression they're giving you. Whether they're goth, they intended to put all that eyeshadow on, or whatever hat they're wearing, or they're trying to project
or that
something.
3 on their chest.
That's exactly right. So it's one of those exactly. or the 3 on his chest.
Or that Rolex that you're wearing.
Exactly. You know, it's like I always talk about where I am determines how I dress. So, you know, I try to be big baller when I'm in the area where I need to be projecting big baller. Mediations. When I'm in court, no, I want something where they're going to listen to me.
Yeah, but I don't see you
when I'm in
big
Costa Rica, there's no
on.
watches in Costa Rica.
I
you know what I
never
mean? It's like
see
in Costa
you-
Rica, it's a hat and
I never
and
see
flip-flops.
you big baller other than legal stuff.
That's true.
I never see you big baller other than like, and then even the legal stuff has levels of ballerness. Like a depo could be a certain level of ball in an actual court proceedings in front of a jury.
Different.
And closing arguments, that's a whole nother baller. There's watch combinations. You wear maybe a more expensive watch during depositions with an insurance company, but if you were in front of a jury, you'd wear a expensive watch, but it's not. It's very.
I'd wear a very classic conservative one that no one would know was expensive.
Yeah, that's about really, really expensive, and only those that know would know. Like that, your whole, even dressing dressing up has 3 or 4 different layers to it, right?
Absolutely.
Like if you're just meeting Mrs. McGillicuddy for the very first time, there's probably times that you go to the law firm just in a pair of, shirt and slacks. That's it.
That's right.
What's the most that you'll bum it at work?
I mean, like on a day like today,
will you walk in like a t-shirt?
Today, I will walk in like this because I'm probably going to let everyone go at noon. We're dealing with a hurricane.
Right.
Everyone's got to deal with some stuff. But
under normal,
still got a nice watch on, though.
But hold on, under normal, you're just going to the office to work on cases.
I wear a nice pair of jeans and a button-down shirt or a polo now. When I was at the old office in downtown, you would never find me in anything less than a suit and a white shirt with no tie ever.
Right.
But now that I'm not in downtown, I don't see all the judges and I don't see all the lawyers all the time. You'll never see me in a meeting ever without a suit on. You'll never see me in a Zoom meeting ever. Even when I'm meeting with people and it's a telephone conference that's going to be maybe by Zoom, I'm in a suit.
Are you in a suit fully, or do you not wear pants? Like
always fully. I don't never gotten that whole half thing.
Some people don't wear pants.
It's a fair question, but I find that to be like disrespectful to yourself, disrespectful to the judge, disrespectful to anyone else.
Or something.
See, I never understood.
That's just lazy. Also, as a human being, it's like it's just.
I always thought I knew every part of your world, but I didn't quite. Now I just learned something from you, and that is when you were downtown, when you had a downtown thumbprint, when your firm was downtown amongst all the big firms, you would see a judge at lunch, things like that. Yeah. You probably, were way more formal then just because of who you may run into and the impression that you're trying to give at that point, right? Because
absolutely.
Do judges pay attention to that stuff?
Yes, they do. And it was interesting because Stephen was always the kind of guy that wore whatever he wanted. And people would say, like, literally, all the guys in the suits would be like, "You're wearing that to work?" And he'd say, "Yeah, I asked my boss if I could do it." And I said, "Yes." Because he wasn't a courtroom lawyer,
right.
So he didn't need to be in a suit all the time, and so people respected him for his for not having to be like that.
But
they all
the
were
two
envious
dudes that
of you.
were in court, you and Rob, always were suited up.
Every one of my lawyers is suited up every single day, no matter what.
Did you ever have to go to one of your lawyers and say, "Hey, listen, we suit up around here"? You're
no, they knew the decorum. But I mean, I had 50 lawyers at one time. I've trained hundreds and hundreds of lawyers, and so the stiffest I've probably gotten with people where they brought like a phone in, and I'm trying to have a meeting with them, and they're looking at something. And I'll just say, "Something more important than talking to me? Put the phone away or get out."
Did you hit him and throw him and delete
No,
their
they
messages?
they didn't put it away frantically. I'm like, there's nothing
Did you push
more.
him with your fist?
No.
You crazy face?
I smashed it on the ground like Danny.
The transgender height. You know what? I mean, I'm almost like not even going to cover this, not out of disrespect to you, Anna, but like this bitch is just pulling this old gag with any municipality that's going to I'm over
Why
her.
are the hard nipples is what I want
You can't even really call this person a transgender because they're wearing a costume to work and they've been caught outside of work as a normal man with a mask on.
Right.
So that's not a transgender. That's a transvestite.
Oh.
Hey, Bubba.
What,
real quick.
And that's also, there's a fetish there.
God.
There's literally a sexual fetish about ginormous boobs like that. And so this is a fetish dude.
But why the hard nipples?
That's
is what I
part of the fetish.
And you're not even wearing your mask right.
Yes, Lummy.
Spectrum's here, so they're installing some things, so it may get loud. Just to warn you.
Are they actually cutting our asphalt, or are they burrowing? Do we know?
And do I need to move my car?
We do not know.
Macho, your mic's on if you're available. Are they burrowing? Or are they actually? Because somebody was telling me they were going to cut it.
Yeah, I went out there to see if I didn't move my car, so I had protein in mine.
Let me know too, Macho, please.
But I don't think they're cutting the concrete now.
Okay.
Yeah, it looks like they have.
I think they're hanging the wire from the.
Are they? Because it
poles.
looks like the machine they have is they're going to try to burrow it.
Oh, do I need to move my car?
No, you're good.
No, I mean first of all, you have the least expensive car out there.
So I just paid it off like a week ago. It's my car.
Hold on,
own
Anna.
it.
You paid it off?
I did.
For real?
Yeah.
I mean,
Thank you.
tell me that didn't get a little titillation.
Oh,
That's
it was
unreal.
great. Yeah, finally.
I mean, for real.
Yeah, I
That's
did.
a big
I had
deal.
a few payments left. I'm like, you know what? F it. I'm just going to pay it all now.
Look at you,
That's
bitch.
incredible.
Owning your own car.
Woo, getting blood tests.
You know,
paid off my car.
Danny's
I'm an
truck
adult.
is the first car I ever paid off. Took me 5 years to pay that Porsche off. Dan that drives that old Cayenne.
Porsche.
No, it's 20 years old now.
I would take it
But my
in a
point
minute.
is keep it.
I would
We
take
still
it.
have mine from
I am
20
keeping
years.
it. I love
it's
Gus.
awesome. And it's a
my.
huge accomplishment.
I love that car. Hold on here.
Me too.
5 years.
But hold on.
That's
what
awesome.
what school systems even hiring this
Ontario?
crazy bitch?
Ontario.
Yep. It's all Canada.
Lemieux. That's awesome. Wish she was my teacher.
Yeah, whatever. I've seen enough. It's Canada.
It's
Eminem is mad at this dude. You know the guy
Ramaswamy?
Ramaswamy. Ramaswamy.
I like him. I'm liking him more and more.
Hold on now. So this is him in Iowa, and Ramaswamy is rapping. This is about a month old, 3 weeks old, and so Ramaswamy is rapping an Eminem song at a Ramaswamy rally.
Iowa State Fair.
Yeah.
There were a lot of people there.
Yeah, they were all there doing the Iowa State Fair rounds, and this is what he did.
And so, the thing about it is, it's not that bad of a. By the way, Eminem has now sent him a cease and desist, saying, "Stop singing my stuff."
You can't sing my song.
Yeah, no, for real.
Oh my God.
But
these guys.
he got horrible reaction in Iowa because not necessarily because of the song, because
you're in Iowa.
People in Iowa, the boomers in Iowa don't know this. Like they don't know
didn't
this.
see 8 Mile.
I mean,
But I did.
You needed to open up with Riding the Storm Out by REO or some Styx or some Rush.
Yeah, you gotta see this in Detroit, man.
I mean, this is in Iowa, and you should have come up, with some Tim McGraw or
look at the corn behind you.
Oliver
Come on.
Anthony, how simple.
Read the
Here we
room.
go. Here we go.
He opens his mouth, but the words won't come out. He's joking how everybody's joking now. The clock's run out, time's up, over, plow, snap back to reality. Oh, there goes gravity. Oh, there goes gravity.
He just lost my vote.
He won't give up that. He won't rap it. He knows his own battles. He's his own battle. He's dope. He knows that.
Nobody's putting it over at all.
He had a Howard Dean moment.
You don't see a Danny Ramaswamy opportunity here? You don't see Dan doing that rap?
Don't give him any ideas.
Oh my God. The thing about him which is really interesting is he's bringing up topics that people don't want to discuss. He's bringing them up in a way where the people that think they're tapped in the Republican Party and they should be next, like the Chris Christies and the Mike Pences and all these people that have been governors, and they're looking over at this 38-year-old millennial going, how is it this guy's got more percentage points than me? And so I don't think I would vote for him for president at this point because some of the things he said are a little bit out there.
Like
but
what?
I think he said some things that were questioning 9/11, and it was really, a little bit off.
It's got my vote.
No, he's a little bit off.
Well, Eminem Eminem just sent him a cease and desist and says, don't use my stuff anymore.
Now, did Eminem do this because it was a bad rendition, or is it because he's like a Republican?
No, he hates Republicans.
Oh, okay. Right. Even though he was singing songs and calling gay people the F word and talking about killing his wife and chopping her up and putting in the back of his trunk.
Who was it, Bubba? Bruce Springsteen, who said that
Trump.
I believe it was Trump. Before that, even it was like maybe even Romney that he could not use a song. There's been many politicians that are left-leaning.
Fleetwood Mac gave Bill Clinton permission to use "Don't Stop Thinking About Tomorrow." They gave him permission to use that
to Billy Boy,
and they played it. I think at the inauguration.
What do you got for me, Lummy? You act like you went Bubba, and I could always tell when you have something for me. You have something for me?
I think he was just talking about.
Oh, I just said that Bruce Springsteen and Trump.
Yeah.
Bruce who?
Springsteen.
Bruce Springsteen.
They have a podcast.
He wouldn't let Trump use any of his music. And then eventually, after he used the Rolling Stones "Forever You Can't Always Get What You Want," I believe they ended up asking him to stop as well.
So here's a football coach, and he but I don't know. Here's the deal: you can't do this as a coach. And if this was my kid, I'd be mad. But it doesn't look like he hits him that hard.
It was like a pretty hard liver shot. It looked like to me.
Look, so the guy's mad. It'll show it again. It'll show it again.
No.
Hold on.
No, Bubba. That's not grabbing him by the mask and making him look in your face or nothing. That's like looking him in the face and giving him a sternum shot right up under the ribs.
Yeah, you're right.
That's 100% unacceptable.
Did they arrest the guy?
Yeah.
He should have. He should be. That's an assault.
Have you ever been hit in the liver?
It's unbelievable.
It is unreal. It completely incapacitates you.
Or even just right up under the diaphragm.
You can't move.
The kid, it takes about half a second, and the kid physically reacts. He's out of breath.
Yeah.
I'd be furious.
Well, I think he lost his job as he should.
Can't hit kids.
I played football,
and I'm okay with the head grabbing. You know what I mean? If it was my kid and they grabbed his head and they said, "You listen to me," I'm okay.
Back in the day when we
okay with that.
Back in the day when we played football, man, they get your face mask and they torque you one side, be like, "Clem," what? And your head would be kind of like jacked up, you know.
And I'd be okay with that.
You understand with that? I go, and you go, and then they kind of give you a push off, kind of like a get out of here now.
So were you paying attention to Coach Trey? Right.
No.
If you're not, then you're going to yoke you up by your face mask.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Or grab you under the shoulder pads.
That's fine too.
Yeah. Something like that.
Gut punch in the ribs.
Hey, listen, man. Even when sometimes we'd be in a 3-point stance, and if your ass would be up too high, Lummy, the line coach would sometimes kick you in the ass.
Yeah,
he literally would. He literally would. He'd be like, "Clem, get that ass down," and then he'd kind of give you a little stomp on the ass, and you'd be like nobody thought nothing about it.
No,
it didn't hurt.
If you don't want to get kicked, get your ass down.
He didn't grammatically, like he didn't take 3 steps back and really get a, he just gave you a little swat deal in the ass. But you can't liver punch a kid. That guy should be in jail.
I think he will be.
I hope so.
And that's not, you called a kid fat in front of the other students and you lost your job.
They would do that too.
That's it. They have done that.
They go, "God dang, Clem, you fat ass. Come on."
Now you get fired for that.
Let me do some words. Nikki Haley, I guess, has the GOP official position on abortion. They're saying she's got the most.
It was the best I've heard in my entire life.
Did she say it?
She did. She said it during the debate.
I know. You sent me the article, but I don't.
I'll get you the
clip.
It
is the single best answer I've ever heard a Republican give regarding abortion in my entire my life since 1988 when I could vote. The best I've ever heard.
I can't wait to hear it.
Why bother with broadcasting excellence when you can have broadcasting decadence instead? The Bubba the Love Sponge Show.
This will be the easiest one because he's a pro at this shit.
Oh, bullshit.
You look better than anyone. Bullshit, dude. I've seen so many photo shoots from you.
Stop, you're done. I hate fucking photo shoots. That's why I don't ever do them.
Doesn't mean you're not good at them.
All right. Did you do yours? Did you do yours, Jay?
Yeah, terribly.
Are you wearing that shirt or not?
I'm gonna switch shirts out, bitch. Quit looking at me.
He's got a whole
during yours. Turn around. I did not look at yours during yours.
You just do like this.
Well, also I
don't
can
look at me, bitch.
I can because the camera's on you
Oh, there it
anyways.
is. Oh, yeah, right there.
See?
Yeah, I just did it. Right there.
Oh man, that camera don't make no sounds.
I know. I turned the shutter off so it's not disturbing the show.
Pluto Spectrum, that show. Disturb the show.
It's funny,
Let's mugshot you.
Remember when Trump would walk into a room and you'd hear all those cameras? Those are all mechanical fake sounds. None of them are the kind of cameras that require them all could be silent like he just.
Oh, but they just do that for
because they're all electronic cameras, and so it's just like for the effect of. So it's like, it sounds like today, because the old days was literally an aperture, mechanical aperture.
Yeah.
Up
We
and
have
over the
to-
film.
Done?
Yeah.
With that part, if you want to change shirts.
Yeah, I was thinking about changing shirts, but.
Take it off! Ow! Am I making you uncomfortable? I'll leave.
You make me uncomfortable, bitch.
I gotta pee.
You make me uncomfortable. My hair's so fucked up.
I'm right in the fridge.
Cross your arms.
Hey, everyone, I'm finally paying attention.
Okay.
Too much going on in here.
Turn your chin towards me a little more. Do it on the same on the other side. That's good. I just want you looking off that way. What kind of personality you want to do?
Lummy's a divorce lawyer, Danny. Had a life-size picture.
Serious?
of Bon Jovi in
Yeah.
his
Just so
college
I don't look like a
apartment.
pussy.
Yeah, let me get one shot on this camera real quick.
Okay, cool. Have a different camera?
Yeah, I told him I was gonna just do a couple
Ooh,
of
video.
slow-mo clips of you guys just like
Nice.
looking up, you know, in the camera and
Just some overthinking shit.
yeah, just
Hero Willie.
What's up, she's saying? Redneck, morning.
You're gonna look down and then look up into the lens. I want you looking in right here.
Okay.
Go ahead. Just look off to your left and do the same thing.
You know, I would say pure weightlifting, macho, but like flipping tires or something. I don't know, man. Lummy he's a lummox of a man. He's enormous.
Perfect.
Voila.
We done,
What
Ian?
up, Holyoke Joe?
Thank you, my
Morning.
man. Fuck, I'm talking to a mini Steve when I saw when I
I
see
know, I'm very much like my
God,
I say shit and I'm like,
just
oh.
even your cadence.
Yep.
I'm like, I feel like I'm talking to mini Steve.
It's crazy. It is crazy.
The brother, your father.
It's school picture day.
You know, Unity 17, I don't know. If I had a client bring one to me, I think I would pursue it as a medical malpractice in Florida. Just need to be able to, and here's the issue, is can you find a medical expert to say that that's a deviation from the standard of care? I think it is, and I think everyone would agree with that, but they're almost making the standard transgender, and I don't know that that is. I think that you have to start with counseling, and that should be an issue of last resort. So I've just never seen it in Florida. I've never had anyone approach me with something like that, but I think I would take that personally, and I would probably want to take that case. What up, little Wilbers, after birth? Snizuki Slayer, you know, I'm not sure. I have to ride the fence when I'm out. You know, I try not to do too much provocative stuff. You know, I never had a deplorable shirt, but I found that offensive, so I don't know if I don't think I'll be wearing mugshot shirts.
Does someone want to get it?
No, they just asked if are you going to get a Trump mugshot T-shirt? You know, part of me would love to be able to just. It's one of the only candidates I've never given $1 to because they look at who's given $1. You know what I mean? It's like I don't want to ever be publicly shamed for anything, and I have to just ride the fence. So, you know, I lean conservative, but I'm not going to be like a huge donor. I would never. I mean, I've been huge donors for Republicans, Democrats, for like Alex Tate, the Democrat for governor here. We were hugely behind her. I was a huge donor. Charlie Crist was a huge donor with. I've been, you know, when you max out, you try to max out. I have not maxed out in years and years and years because the political process is offensive, and I don't want to be like.
You can't be an anonymous donor?
No, it's impossible.
Really?
It is impossible. You cannot be an anonymous donor because then foreign governments would be giving.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
Well, technically, you can
Yeah, unless you're a hunter. Set up Steve, Guatemala, Temp Derek.
Maria!
You had to sit and pretend like I'm Dan. Please don't shoot me.
Guatemala.
No, you make all the donations to Dan.
Anthony Wee.
Just a girl.
What is there not to like about the show? Bubba the Love Sponge.
You guys are awesome.
And I love the sponge.
The show's cool. It's real, man.
He makes me laugh my ass off every time I listen.
I'm a full trucker effect, man, so it gets me through the day all the time.
Bubba the Love Sponge. You're listening to the Bubba the Love Sponge Show.
Lummy, I'm so afraid of these pictures. They're going to come back and I look like crap compared to what I used to look like.
Oh, no, Bubba, you look really good.
I don't know.
You're a pro.
Thank God it'll only be over there, Bubba Army Radio. Anna, did you send me, by the way, today's after show will be on Twitch, twitch.tv / The Bubba Army. It's the only after show a week we do on Twitch. We do about 4 shows a month on Twitch, and they're all on Tuesdays. So Twitch Tuesday, ladies and gentlemen.
Going crazy.
What?
You hear the dog barking like crazy?
Is Jay around?
Yeah,
No.
Jay's still here.
I'm not near the
just
dog,
went into
though.
Kansas City. And Harley Race had been living
I
there
didn't send that.
25, 30 years.
I sent you a Nikki Haley deal.
Yeah, I'll have to re-bring it up somehow.
Oh, do you want me
about
to
ours.
resend it?
No, I got it.
Bring me.
Somehow it sent me
When
over.
it comes to a federal ban, let's be honest with the American people and say it will take 60 Senate votes. It will take a majority of the House.
What gender
Oh,
do you...
damn it.
When it comes to a federal ban, let's be honest with the American people and say it will take 60 Senate votes. It will take a majority of
By
the
the way, Nikki wasn't at a dog shelter when she was saying this stuff. She was just on a platform where we have the dog. Our open mics are what the dog shelter is all about.
House. So in order to do that, let's find consensus. Can't we all agree that we should ban late-term abortions? Can't we all agree that we should encourage adoptions? Can't we all agree that doctors and nurses who don't believe in abortion shouldn't have to perform them? Can't we all agree that contraception should be available? And can't we all agree that we are not going to put a woman in jail or give her the death penalty if she gets an abortion? Let's treat this like a respectful issue that it is and humanize the situation and stop demonizing the situation.
Oh, yeah.
When it comes to a federal
she keeps
ban,
going.
let's be honest with the American people.
Okay.
Do you want me to send you a longer clip?
Because Pence chimed in and is like, well, 70 with his little cadence, 70% of the American population agrees with me, and she's like, yeah, well, we have 60. There's not 60 senators that have been in agreement with it forever, and it's never going to happen.
I think this is what he's referring to.
Yeah, I sent you to the link with Pence.
Because they're still trying to scare
stop
people. We're going
demonizing
to the
this
Republicans.
issue. This is talking about the fact that unelected justices didn't need to decide something this personal because it's personal for every woman and man. Now it's been put in the hands of the people. That's great. When it comes to a federal ban, let's be honest with the American people and say it will take 60 Senate votes. It will take a majority of the House. So in order to do that, let's find consensus. Can't we all agree that we should ban late-term abortions?
Yep.
Can't we all agree that we should encourage adoptions? Can't we all agree that doctors and nurses who don't believe in abortion shouldn't have to perform them?
Yep.
Can't we all agree that contraception should be available?
Yep.
And can't we all agree that we are not going to put a woman in jail or give her the death penalty if she gets an abortion?
Triple agree.
Let's treat this like a respectful issue that it is and humanize the situation and stop demonizing the situation.
So now Pence tries to get all cute.
And I've been a champion for life in the Congress, a champion for life as governor and as vice president. And to be honest with you, Nikki, you're my friend, but consensus is the opposite of leadership. When the Supreme Court returned this question to the American people, they didn't just send it to the states only. It's not a states only issue, it's a moral issue. And I promise you, as President of the United States, the American people...
I don't see any moral amendments.
No. Champion for life in the Oval Office. Can't we have a minimum standard in every state in the nation that says when a baby is capable of feeling pain, an abortion cannot be allowed? A 15-week ban is an idea whose time has come. It's supported by 70% of the American people.
Well, when you're talking about a federal ban, be honest with the American people. We haven't had 45 pro-life senators in over 100 years, so no Republican president can ban abortions any more than a Democrat president could ban all those state laws. Don't make women feel like they have to decide on this issue when you know we don't have 60 Senate votes in the House.
70% 70% of the American people.
I don't care what 70%. Let's talk about the people who make the laws.
Support legislation
But
to ban
70%
abortion
of the
after a
Senate
baby is
does
capable
not.
of experiencing pain. It's just going to take leadership.
Hold on.
So that was really.
She owned him.
I mean, because Republicans never said contraception should be allowed. A Republican candidate's never said that you shouldn't jail them. I mean, that's common sense that anyone could get passed, in my opinion. That's the right stance that people should be taking. There is no if the Supreme Court sent it back to the states, then how can we all of a sudden be hypocrites and say, oh, we now need a federal ban? That's against the whole principles of federalism. So that's the right answer on the test, in my mind. What do you think, Anna?
I agree.
I agree too.
I agree. It's not feasible to ban abortion, so why we keep talking about it?
I want to take my 18-year-old girlfriend to the abortion clinic, smoking a joint with my handgun. That's what I mean. Tell me that candidate.
You do that in New York right now.
Right. Well, I mean, I guess.
Well, without the handgun.
Yeah, you can't take the handgun.
See, it's the perfect scenario,
Damn.
Jay. It's
2 or 3.
It's the perfect. No. You have to have 3 of 3. I only want to live. I only want to be. I want my candidate to be 3 of 3. I want him to be pro-abortion to an extent. I want him to be pro-handgun, and I want to be pro-weed.
That's a 2 out of 3 every time. I don't know a single state that I can think of. California, no gun. Illinois,
Florida.
no gun. Florida. Well, Florida, no abortion. We're down to 6 weeks.
Are we down to 6 weeks?
We're down to 6 weeks.
No,
So
not yet,
you
though.
can roll
Not
up
yet.
with your gun.
Not yet. Florida is about the best because it's still, I think it's 16.
It's 15 right now. But when it changes, I mean, you can't roll up.
Somebody's going to have a talk with DeSantis and tell him he needs to burn a timeout because he's completely screwing the pooch right now.
His answer to this question was the wrong answer.
What did he say? I didn't watch it.
It was a very swarmy kind of political answer where, there is a chance for the federal. It could do something federally. No, you can't. No, you can't. I stand by it. I'm the most, it's just more of the same.
Twitch.tv/The Bubba Army will be there today at 10:30. Appreciate you, Jay.
You too.
Thanks for letting me finish.
You've been listening to the Bubba the Love Sponge Show, starring
me, Bubba the Love Sponge.
Co-host and show historian, Lummox.
Co-host, Anna Hummel.
Co-host, Dr. Dan Diaco, Esquire, of Council. Co-host, J. Diaco, Esquire, the Spitting Cobra, of Council.
Brett, the Filthy Ginger, video editor.
Yeah, back here wiring up. It's Mini Macho.
The BRN agent, Thomas Buttoned Up B.
And for everything else, go to thebubbaarmy.com.
Now, time for the legal disclaimer.
Exactly.
The Bubba the Love Sponge Show is intended solely for the enjoyment of our listening audience. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or other use of this show without express written consent of the Bubba Radio Network is prohibited.
We must dissuade him of this delusion.
Until next time, always remember.
I'll repeat hello.